Hello everybody and welcome to Low Ink November 2022. I'm Kater and I'm joined today by Quark.
Yes, and we are going to be starting off round 1 of Group A of Day 1 with Cosmic Court versus Solstice.
Yes, and we were looking at the team rosters and we've noticed that one of the captain Discord tag for Solstice is F.U. Dylan, so I would like to know what Dylan did to this person to warrant
this
this sort of...
that person isn't Dylan? That's why their team tags that.
I don't know, maybe it is Dylan. Whatever, Dylan certainly did something, but... well, maybe we'll find out. We don't see them in the lobby right now, but if they swap in, maybe we'll be able to find out what it is that Dylan did to deserve this sort of treatment. But like I said, we're gonna be doing Cosmic Court versus Solstice, and we're gonna be starting off on Splat Zone Sturgeon Shipyard, one of our our lovely repeats from the second game of Splatoon.
Yeah. So I think I know what Dylan did now. Ran machine on Splat Zone's Sturgeon Shipyard and just angered their opponents by spamming fissies. That is a strategy.
Ooh, machine. I hate machine.
Says the one who played machine like a year ago.
We don't talk about that part of my past. Nobody needs to hear about my history as a machine player. I'm a changed person. I'm a different person. I like Splatlings now. It's okay.
Any Splatlings in the chat?
Splatling is real. Okay, but we will be heading into this match shortly. Again, there's not really much to say about Zone Sturgeon that hasn't already been repeated again and again about the last game, but of course, with all the new weapons, new meta that we're seeing, there's sometimes you see some funky little things that you wouldn't see in the last game. That's the beauty of beginning a new era.
Yeah, so I am hoping we'll see the classic Tri-Slosher gets up on spinner and then just sits there until they jump from the top rope and get 3. Or Roller works too. We got a Splatling coming out as well. So team tags are non-existent, so I don't know who these are. But yeah, we Charger, good, nice pick. I like the range blaster as well, especially in this map. And then Gallon shot for the nice, vaguely meta. Let's hold forward with some shooters and a bit of chip damage.
Vaguely, yeah. Solstice bringing out the Blaster Charger combo is interesting. They might be a little bit lacking in the turf department, but I'm sure they'll be able to make up with that in firepower, and they are going to have the first pick here. You can already see they're quick to take the spinner here, already going for snipe, gets 1, gets 2, tries to get the 3rd, but the Roller says no spawn camping here, so that is cut short, and now we have the Cosmic Court coming and trying to take their own control of the zone, and they are able to succeed with that.
Yeah. Really good play by the Roller there in the shot. That's what happens when you don't look at the top indicators of who's alive, so you know it's the Roller jumping in and take that off angle. Instead you die out, and that's them blowing up, Roller going down as well. 3 left up on the side of Cosmic Court. Solstice is 2 down, but popping that Killer Whale almost immediately, though it's not really going to get to them much here, and so the Ink Vac, if anything, is probably a little overkill here, but they're just going to use it to ensure they get zone, pop the blast right into the middle and force their opponents back. We got the Wavebreaker coming out as well, and Wavebreakers of both sides actually with the Tactical Cooler out as well, though that just means a quicker respawns. Looks like they're not going to get much value out of it otherwise. Or they will get a trade, but for right now... Oh, the Roller's going in, but they're going to go down as well.
Yeah, a lot of specials getting popped one right after the other there. Not too much availed, though. We do see that Solstice here comfortably in control of zone right now. Does have a teammate respawning, but they still look all right for now. We have Cosmic Court attempting to get it. You can see the multiple off angles. The Roller's going to come in here and look for some picks, although they do get spotted and chased off. Lead does flip to Solstice here. We have the Wavebreaker coming out, the big bubbler, also on the zone for the Roller, who is able to get a pick using this for well-needed protection, and they're able to get the zone off of that nice place there.
Yeah, it was a really good play with the 2 specials, especially the big bubbler to make sure the Roller can just stand there and throw Ink down on the zone. Basically uncontested, Inksuka can come out as well as the Ink Vac. Gonna get them a lot of pressure on the right, an excellent shot coming through, and as well as the Ink Vac's shot that is going to get Solstice the zone, but they've still got a bit to go before they can start to lead back. Getting the picks though, they're going to have a very advantageous position here if they can hold this top area, but the bombs are going to come out. They're gonna just kind of be dancing around for now. Shot's looking to drop, but I don't know if that's a good idea. They're going to get pressured out by all that incoming fire, and they're going to have to keep moving, really at a risk of getting fall off tier by that Splatling. But they are going to continue to extend their lead here.
stayed alive though, and that is what matters, because now Solstice has worked through all of their penalty and their timer is very quickly ticking down. We all know how important of a playing space Spinners and Snipe are, so even though they weren't able to completely take it, they had control for a good while, and now we are in the single digits here. The Ink Zuka is coming out. Control is lost though, and we do have a player going down, 2 going down as well. Now the roller does go down, but just 4 ticks away from the KO. Solstice unfortunately not able to achieve that, and Cosmic Court is able to take back control. We got the Crab Tank here using its range, its cannons to try and get something done down in pit there, and now Cosmic Court is looking to bring this back with pretty much no penalty left. They're going to be able to start taking this down, and now their objective is to lock Solstice out.
Yeah, the Crab Tank looks a little late, if anything. They probably would have wanted it now instead of taking some blind shots at people who were very far away. It is going to be Cosmic Court losing the zone. Solstice is going to take it back with 1:20 left to go. They've got a lot of penalty points, but if they get through them, they're going to almost assuredly win once they're through, since there's so little time left. We keep looking for the pick here. It's not they're fun to trade, but Solstice is 3 up, and Cosmic Court is only got 1 up at the moment. They've got Tactical already, but it's probably not going to be enough without any other specials. Wavebreaker coming online as well. What they're really going to need is the Big Bubbler or that Crab to go with it. And though that's a really crucial bomb pick, that is going to be the end for Cosmic Court, because, yeah, not just the bomb, but now there's a little more paint in their way, and even half a second if you just need to paint your feet again is not time they had right there.
Yeah, very unfortunate. They looked like they were trying to build something up to be able to go out to the zone, but the combination of that pick and just their time running out means that, unfortunately, they were not able to get that done. So we have our first match going in favor of Solstice.
It's really well played by both teams, but Solstice just seemed to have a little more control at times, and I think their special loadout might have been slightly more suited, because you have the longest range special of anyone there was that Inkzuka, and I guess the Inkvax shot as well, and having Inkvac on zones is so crucial. So I'd like to highlight the roller play by Cosmic Court. That roller made some excellent hero plays, did their bubbler really well, and was just really important to taking advantage of the geometry of the map and keeping Cosmic Court in it in a lot of situations.
Yeah, just using that big bubbler to enable themselves, like you said, so they could just stand there on that zone uncontested. Very, very important, and worked out very well for them. We'll be moving on to our second match right now, which is Tower Control on Eeltail Alley. So, we switch it up a little bit. Those specials might be a little bit more useful here. I do wonder if we'll see the roller come back out. Like you said, they had some good plays last time, so it's definitely possible they come back out, especially with, the popularity of the idea of putting the big bubbler on the tower.
Yes, big bubbler and tower is a very good play here. And roller on this map is going to be able to take advantage of a lot of tight corners and the like, which I think is very advantageous. I think we'll see a very similar comp come out of Solstice as well. Probably keeping the range buster, because it's really useful in tower to poke people off tower, and then Inkvac is also another really good okay, we're gonna push the tower for free, we can do this special. So
yeah, I hope that we get some good plays off the Charger if they decide to bring that back as well. We didn't get to see a lot of them last match, so hopefully we get to see a little bit more of them now. But like you said, that blaster also probably going to be very useful here, just because we all know how blasters are on tower control. Let's take a look. We have the Bamboozler coming out.
That's also Jets.
Bamboo, yeah, not necessarily the first thing I would expect here, but honestly I can see it. That is also a lot of Ninja Squid that we're seeing from them, so gonna have to be careful of the Ninja Squid and Bamboozler, which is not ordinarily a sentence I thought I would say, but hey, it's Splatoon. Anything can happen here.
Looks like that Solstice is opting for a bit more aggressive comp. You've got the Tactical, or you have the Triple Ninja Squid. You have specials like the Killer Whale and the Crab Tank that are gonna let you just keep holding forward. Whereas on the side of Cosmic Court, you've got more defensive stuff like Inkvac and Big Bubbler, which are also going to be useful offensively, if only because they let you push the tower, but they're not going to have maybe as much of just direct attack potential compared to what Solstice is bringing out. So nice pick coming out from the Bamboo there, and Solstice will take an early lead, but 88 is barely anything.
That's Cosmic Court with Bamboo.
Oh, the colors switched. I'm confused.
We did switch.
My bad. But yeah, Cosmic Court is opting for the more aggressive strategy with Solstice hanging back. Though Solstice is looking like they're going to be a much stronger push here with 2 specials online and 2 down.
Yeah, ooh, 3 down now, and Hawk and they are going to pop the crab tank on the tower for some extra firepower. They're chasing off a stray player from Cosmic Court, and so like you said, this is a very strong push coming out of them. Very, very close to breaking through this checkpoint here. Gonna just have teammates immediately as one goes down, another one hops on the tower. Really nice coordination there, and they're just going to continue pressing forward. Out comes the Inkzuka, out comes the Wave Breaker, getting a lot of value out of these specials there, though they do go 2 down, and it looks like a little bit of cleanup from Cosmic Court is successful.
Yeah, I'm not a terrible fan of that, or I'm not a terribly big fan of that Inkzuka play right there, if only because they were getting kind of choked on the right, so they didn't have the space they really wanted to use the Inkzuka there. It might have helpful to back up a little, but otherwise, that was a good play, and 37 is nothing to sneeze out in the first 2 minutes now. Cosmic Court has to come back. They've got plenty of time to do it. The rollers really got to go crazy here, which I think is kind of their win condition, is their roller goes crazy. And as I say that, their roller is going slightly crazy. They need to go a bit more crazy. We need to see some real roller tomfoolery here. I want to see someone like sharking way up in the opponent's top areas and such.
Well, you got what you wanted, although it wasn't entirely successful, but I'm sure they'll be back for more, go crazy, go stupid. That's kind of the whole idea of the roller here. Blaster coming out with some nice chip damage picks, and that roller is already back for more, able to finish off that pick. They have got some serious movement skill here, and they are just continuing to go at it with the aggression. I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of great plays from them later on. This tower nicely in control of Cosmic Court, or well, it was, and it still kind of is. They're on that checkpoint, they're trying to break through it. They have the crab tank and the bubbler, and the roller is going to come back in solve. Though that push stalled out for a little bit, they'll be able to nudge it a little bit farther.
The crab tank bubbler play was an excellent thing to keep them in an aggressive position, but the crab tank really needed to find those picks there, but couldn't quite get the angle with the cannon shots to just pick off those two that were kind of stuck in a corner and really vulnerable if there was anything else there. But now Solstice is going to find 3. Roller's going to come back again. And it seems like Cosmic Court is doing a great job at getting picks on Solstice, but they're having a bit harder of a time really folding up and sustaining. Likely because of the range. That's a great snipe. But yeah, the Blaster and the Charger are going to make it a lot harder to kind of sustain the push just from the gem and the range. And we're just seeing scrappy fighting right now, but Solstice is looking like they might be able to extend their lead here, and they will extend their lead. Get some burst bombs coming back and forth. Blaster moving up, not quite able to find anything, but it's going to be 2 down. The roller's going to have to fight here. Kess has got to back up because you can't fight a roller at point blank with a Charger. That just doesn't work.
Yeah,
and the roller is going to stall them, but we have the shot sitting up here. They're halfway to Zuka, and this is a great flank. I love being able to do this. There's some crazy stuff you can do with Dapples and Beacons up here, but for now, just keeping your shot up here is pretty good. And yeah, they got the jump camps. The roller's going to miss the kill off of the landing, and this is looking like it's going to be a very strong snowball for the side of Solstice with the Ink back out as well.
Yeah, quickly, that was a 3 down there, and, we got a lot of specials coming out here. I don't know if it's going to be enough of that killer whale aimed at the tower. The Bamboozler is doing their best, but despite everything, that tower continues to march forward. Midnight on the roller here coming out, able to get 1 pick and chase another off. So we have 11-52 in our last 13 seconds of the game. Midnight, unfortunately, unable to pop that big bubbler in time, and the Wave Breakers coming out for Solstice as well, and really, I don't know if Cosmic Court's going to be able to take control of this tower and keep it through overtime. They have it now, so we will see overtime. We have Vinna again, just going for these crazy kills, but unfortunately it's not going to quite be enough. Someone from Solstice is able to tap on that tower. That brings our setup 2-0.
And that wasn't quite able to get to the angle they needed. And where they could have moved in for a double, but there was just too much crossfire for them to complete the move, so they had to sit there and try to ledge camp, but they didn't have that angle either, and got stuck in a bit of enemy ink. So a very good push, and so really I think a lot of what came down to being the issue for Cosmic Court was they never quite had specials when they were specifically, they never quite had either Crab Tank or Big Bubbler when they were pushing the tower and on the tower, so they weren't able to extend the push past heavy enemy fire like Solstice was able to, because they just didn't have their defensive specials ready at the right time to block the shots.
Yeah, I mean, you know, playing roller is just all about angles, and sometimes it doesn't quite work out, as we saw in overtime there. Looks like we're going to be having a sub.
Yeah.
Yes, we do now have Dylan in the room, so we'll be able to see hopefully some nice displays from them.
Yeah. I think Dylan's tag could be some university's tag or something, and as it does end in a U, but I am not sure. And I think Googling that would only get me expletives, so. I'm not we were told before the stream to not say any bad words on the stream, because we were discussing the team tag.
I'm gonna say a bad word. Tax evasion.
Yay.
That's 2 words. Oh no, chat, please don't kill me. Okay. Okay, it's Rainmaker and Mincemeat Metalworks time. I sure do have opinions about this map mode. I'm not going to say them though, because they are. Are
you gonna say something along the lines of, I don't like it? Please don't make me play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is, I mean, I like it, but I also don't like it, because I think this is the one where it's either this or Undertow Spillway, where there's a great part, and I just keep falling off it off of respawn. Then again,
that just sounds like a skill issue.
Okay, my whole thing playing Splatoon is I fall off the map too much. Like, I'm either popping off or I'm falling off the map.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
but yeah, you know, I look at this map and I'm like, it's fine, I guess, but also, oh god, no, this map, please don't make me play it.
It's similar in a way to Splatoon 2 Muscle Forge, where you've got a left path, which is a bit faster, but it's all great and you're gonna die. Or you've got the right path that is just a big slope.
Well, we'll have to see what these teams decide to choose when they bring the Rainmaker to. Oh no, wait, this. Oh, I think I confused it for another map. No, I actually quite like this map.
I might be confusing it for another. No,
I completely confused it. No, I like this map a lot.
No, okay. I don't like this map. But anyway, we have the same problems coming out.
No, we don't. We have an E-leader.
I was going to say except for the E-leader.
Well, that Ealer is
interesting choice. I would have wanted the ink back here, but double wave breaker in a confined space, I can see the appeal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is definitely a development, and we'll have to see how that works out. Yeah, especially against the Bamboozler, you know, Charger versus Charger, if you can even consider Bamboozler a Charger. We got an early Crab Tank here, looks, doesn't want to get any picks or anything, but it just looks like they're looking for space right now, and player does quickly follow that up with another pick. Of course, we're going to harass the E-leader now and take them out. 2 down on both sides, actually. 3 down now for, I believe, oh, the colors change again. I believe that's a Cosmic Fork. Yes, it is.
This is pushing the Rainmaker. Also, what is Bamboo if not a Charger?
It plays more like I don't know, it doesn't really play like a Charger, but that's just my opinion. What do I know about Bamboo?
You're gonna get flamed on Twitter, SMH.
I know I'm gonna get flamed on Twitter. That's okay. I'm not saying I don't
Twitter's
like Bamboo.
Twitter's gonna die in a couple days anyway. You don't have to worry about getting flamed on Twitter. And as you were saying, the Bamboo kills the leader. That was amazing by a band right there. Just walking straight into their range and being like, oop, you got double tapped, and what if they're running any run speed, actually? Because that was some really quick strafing right there. But anyway,
well,
we most of the bloodbath mid, except for one small push by Solstice. Now Cosmic Court's looking to get something done, but there's a range blaster there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we saw the roller do the same thing with their bubbler, actually. I couldn't quite see if they were able to get the pick or not, but they were able to be kept safe in that. We got a push going on here. The Inkzuka coming out, doesn't quite get the pick though. That is 2 down now. And the Wave Breaker's coming out. Still, the Rainmaker stays alive somehow. Finally, they do go down, though. And Dylan here is just going to chill out on that leader.
But I forgot to mention there's a junior on Solstice now, which I think is an interesting pick instead of Roller, if only because you might want Roller here. But I can see why, just because of being able to put bomb pressure out on your opponents on a cramped map like this. But we do have Cosmic Core taking the lead here, and looking to get the push going. If Yuki finds something, they could, but no, they're just going to be able to eke out a couple more points.
Oh, Midnight here, though, still being able to get that 1 pick before escaping unharmed and being able to keep their presence in mid. Solstice is going to pop that shield and look for their next course of action. Okay, so I mean, Midnight stayed alive, and I was gonna say how important that is, but instead of just chilling out in mid, they went for that Rainmaker and took it from 55 to 46. That came completely out of nowhere. I don't even know how they got that far, but they did it. And now that Rainmaker is still sitting over there.
The element of surprise is a powerful way to get a few more points in Rainmaker. And yeah, we got a lot of chip hymns coming into mid. That's not going to go the way of Solstice, though. The roller is just going to get a triple. And taking the quad with the trade. That is absolutely critical. Tactical or juice. They're just going to hold forward here. They're going to get pinched off. But the crowd tank's in the corner, and it's just holding. And I think if they can... no, they're going to die. Yeah, they didn't quite get through that corner fast enough before they got pressured, but still an excellent way. Like, we saw the specials come out for the side of Solstice, and they were just denied. And that's going to be 2 down onto Cosmic Court, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Their Nuki needs to back up before they get chipped up by the range blaster and get some paint down.
Yeah, I mean, I think this just has been like a solid minute, if not more, of Solstice trying to get the Rainmaker out of this corner, and Midnight and the rest of Cosmic Court have said, no, you are staying there. Finally, though, they're going to be able to make it closer into mid, but they only have just over a minute to get it past that checkpoint breakthrough and get it to 46 or lower, and Midnight is just not letting up on those kills. A double before they're able to get that big bubbler up, but still incredible plays from them. I mean, we can't see the picks anymore because that got removed for some reason, but I'm sure they have double digits by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Cosmic Court needs to back up a bit, which they also need to do. But if on this map, they don't have to worry about doing it so much for the sake of their roller player, because curling bombs and just the amount of the lack of space, rather, that is present, so the roller doesn't need as much paint to move around. But they do need to keep painting here, because this is going to be the opportunity for Solstice to push, and as the blaster can keep moving around freely, there's a lot of exposed ledges here. Yeah. So Cosmic Court's either need to push mid hard, or just turtle up, throw some bombs and paint, and they're gonna sort of turtle up, but it looks like Roy's gonna find a couple. The Charger's gonna go for something. They're gonna have to run back into this bubble. They're already backed up. Not a good situation. As long as Cosmic Court holds a little paint here and just kind of chills, they will get the lead, especially with the checkpoint. But no, they're gonna go 3 down. That's really not good. They played a little too aggressive, I think. And that's going to be the shot up in their base, but Goober's going to trade this out. They're going to go for the... They're going to try to get the lead, but they're going to get the lead! The roller won't quite be able to get there in time because of the grates.
Oh, those grates. We were talking about it at the beginning. Such a pain. And they're when you need them the least. So somehow, Solstice is able to eke out a 3-0. The roller just not able to get there quickly enough. Very, very unfortunate, but incredible plays from both sides, and what a way to end a set.
Yeah, I mean, that was really well played by both teams, so I think at the end, Cosmic Court just got... Like I was saying, they need to paint the map. They needed to paint the map there. They can paint the map, throw some bombs, build your specials. Don't try to take that last fight, because they could have won it if they popped like 3 specials and just played aggro defense, but they didn't have the specials to push in hard, or they didn't also have the specials to just back up, slap down a crab and a killer whale, and pick off the Rainmaker from out of range of everyone else.
Well, with that great last game, that does it for round 1. So we're going to be taking just a short break, a couple minutes, and we'll be right back with round 2 of day 1. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Hello gamers, welcome back to Low Ink November 2022. We are in Group B now with round 2. And if you're just joining us, I'm Kater and I'm joined today by Quark.
We're going to be seeing Splatterdragons versus Glitter Gel Pens. Or, sorry, .glitter_gel_pens. I appreciate
I'm sure
that.
we can call them Glitter Gel Pens for the time being. I sure hope they don't mind. Also, look at how nicely they're lined up in the lobby. They're alternating colors. Anyway.
And they have team tags.
They do! Thank God for team tags. I love that so much. And also, we have Grace, our Grace, IPL Grace. So that's pretty cool. We get to see our Grace on Splatterdragons.
Who's probably going to play the funny junior, I think. I don't know, maybe they played junior in Splatoon 2. I don't know if they still do that in Splatoon 3. But I enjoy a good junior player. Or
I
not
love
so
real.
I enjoy people playing junior. Border is important here.
I love the smell of Splattershot Junior in the morning. Fresh Junior.
That's not threatening at all.
Oh, why would you think that's threatening? Nope. Alright. Another funny Splatoon 2 returning stage. We're going to be heading up to Clan Blitz on Mako Mart, or Mako Mart, I don't know. People seem to pronounce it both ways.
Welcome to Splatoon's final destination, even though it's not really that true, because Tri-Slosher exists. Which is, if we're going to be really meta about here, the meta thing to do is to say that Mako Mart is balanced except for Tri-Slosher. So maybe we should just say Mako Mart is balanced, because Tri-Slosher isn't the only thing broken on it.
You heard it here first, folks. Mako is balanced. And we don't care about Tri-Slosher.
Yes, it's also balanced because it's suspended in the air and it's staying upright, so...
Is it? Is there empty space under the stage?
I mean, I've fallen off the stage many a time,
of course
as you well know. It's just a pit. There's a pit under Mako Mart. It's just a questionable business decision, but...
I feel like that violates some like OSHA regulations or something. Does OSHA exist in the Splatoon universe?
I mean, clearly not, because Grizz coexist, and also because if you fall in the water, you die, and there's many, and Mahi Mahi is the thing.
You could have illicit businesses. Okay, let's take a look at our comps before we get too carried away. So Grace is indeed playing that funny junior. We got the Tetris coming out as well as that the machine that we all know and perhaps love. And then on the side of Glitter Gel Pens, we also see a junior. We see a pro as well as that's one of the I don't know the name of it. Is that the Splatana Wiper?
That is the Wiper, yes. Which torpedoes and ink stamp. I was about to say hammer thing. I literally like name it. And then the blaster's gonna pop off. We've got the regular non-range blaster here, so that's a double big bubbler combo, which I think is pretty good for spot zones.
We're not on spot zones though, we're on Clan Blitz.
Sorry, I meant to say Clan Blitz, but yes. Stand there and just throw clams in the basket without any problems. Tetra is going to really aggro the pro here. Pro's got to back up. I'm interested to see how much they're going to use the angle shooter. Because I feel like sometimes people are just like, ew, angle shooter doesn't do anything, and just don't use it. And just put a weapon for the main and the special.
It's kind of
so
like
I am a very big fan of angle shooter, and we're trying to kind of figure out how to use it most effectively. Though thinking three-dimensionally that quickly is difficult. But yeah, we got the...
I was gonna say I hate trigonometry or geometry or whatever requires me to do that. So, but angle shooter is a pretty cool sub. You saw the power clam there actually too. I think on the line for trying to remember the team tags. I can't see them. Splatterdragons. But unfortunately, they weren't able to pull off a push from that or get that going. So we actually, the big bubble's not going to come out in time for Glitter Gel Pens, and unfortunately, they are going to go 3 down here, which is really unfortunate.
Splatterdragons looking for something. This blaster is going to go for something with the chip damage, and the bomb is going to come in. Really good job there by Grace. Now they're going to go rush in with one power climb because they missed one, unfortunately.
Oh no!
74 is not a great push. Not being able to get that second power climb really hurt them, I think. And nice angle shooter there just to kind of check. Won't even get a tag, unfortunately. You want to be throwing those angle shooters out a fair amount. Like, if you can't shoot someone with the pro, just throw an angle shooter so at least your teammates have the intel. It's better than doing nothing, and it's not a terribly high cost. Hammer's going to look for something, but they just won't be able to find anything. Will get chipped off by the machine because all their opponents were above or below them.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some time to get used to, but definitely angle shooters can work out. We have the Crab Tank versus Booyah there, which is going to end in a draw, I guess, as the Crab Tank is broken. And we have a Power Climb laying there for Splatterdragons, although nope, it's not Splatterdragons, it is Glitter Gel Pens. I got lost again.
And there's triple from Tetra looking for
oh, that's a wipeout. Great, that's a Twitter clip right there.
That is a Twitter clip. 2 with the Wave Breaker, and then 1, and then just 1 more to round things out and have a nice even number. Because who likes odd? We can't have prime number amounts of kills in my Splatoon game. How dare you?
Math in my Splatoon 3, it's more likely than you'd think. But we're gonna go back to this sort of neutral-ish, not really game, where both teams are trying to get one-upping each other. We see an angle shooter go across the field. We have the hammer coming out. Hammer does unfortunately get cancelled. And Splatterdragons are looking to make another push here. They have the specials with the machine having that Booyah there, and they have the clam as well. They just don't quite have the situation, but with the 2 down there, oh, they try and get it in. They get both clams in, but not before they go, right after they go 3 down, and we have the Tetras back here doing their best, and their best is great. They're able to get that 1 pick, and it looks like they're just a little bit too late to be able to get that last climb in, but activating that Reef Slide to get yet another pick. Wow, this Tetra player is not joking around.
Yeah, that was really well played right there. The Reef Slider just survived that torpedo that would have killed them otherwise. Now there's 2 specials on the ready for Glitter Gel Pens. They've got the picks. They don't have the picks anymore because they just traded. And, excuse me. I have a cold, sorry, yeah, so I'm going to have to randomly cough sometimes.
It's okay, we have the 3 down actually right now on Glitter Gel Pen, which does not bode well for them. As we head into the last 30 seconds of this match, you see just how many clams are being carried by Splatterdragons right now, and the basket's currently open. They're going to get all of these in, taking that all the way down to 13 very quickly, and this machine here also getting a pick. 2 more picks coming out from Grace here, or I think so anyway, that's going to round that out to a 3 down for Glitter Gel Pens. They have the 2 power clams right now. They're really doing their best to keep those on the line, and it does mean that we will see overtime. But seeing how far back they've been pushed right now, I'm not sure how far they'll be able to get into mid, especially with Mantis here, with all of this aggression they're putting down.
Yeah. And Glitter Gel Pens is going to effectively get a delayed wipe right there, and looks like Splatterdragons is going to finish this off. Really well played by both sides, but I think Splatterdragons, among other things, just had a paint advantage. Like, when you have a pro wiper and a blaster, it's going to be difficult to get enough paint on the ground.
Yeah, difficult, although it does lend a lot of, just raw power. Unfortunately, you need to have the ink on the ground to work with, and that is the quadruple dab, obviously coordinated by this team. Definitely displayed to see these emotes.
I kind of wonder if they coordinated or if they all just like individually unlocked dab and were like, I want to do the funny, and then it ended up being coordinated.
I mean, that's what being a team is for, right? You pull funny things once in a while. All right, we're heading to
trolling.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said we do a little trolling. My bad.
That is true. Sometimes when you're on stream, you gotta do just a little bit of trolling. All right, we'll be heading to our second match now. Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy. So a little bit of a, I guess you could say a throwback. I don't know. Do people? Splat Zones on Inkblot is just one of those maps. You see a lot. You see it a lot now. You'll probably see it a lot in the future too.
Oh boy, 2 match disputes have just come up. Good luck to you. We appreciate you.
Ha! That's not my job.
I love how I open to see the matches, and I'm just like, match dispute. Oh my god,
there's 3 of them now. Yeah.
What happened? It's
TOing.
Courage to go look.
TOing live. Oh, there's another one. Lowink is having some fun. You gotta put that on the bingo board. More than 4 match disputes at once. It's okay, they're getting resolved now. We love the Lowink TOs for very quickly getting these things handled and under control.
Yeah.
And there's another one. Good. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them.
Look at the map a bit and the comps. I mean, I think we'll see a very similar thing for Splatterdragons. A lot of chip damage and paint they had is going to be good here too. Especially, I'm sure Grace is just going to sit and spam bombs a lot and then big bubbler. Though as for Glitter Gel Pens, I'm hoping they'll adjust. They need more paint. like especially after the big zone and the corners, and they're going to need more paint here. And if they don't, it's gonna be a little rocky. And we have I saw Bo's sticker, and we're actually gonna bring the bow out. And we will see a Nautilus and a Tentabrella, as well as the Junior coming back. I think that's a good pick. They're gonna have the range advantage now. They're gonna have a counter to the machine and the Tetras, which I think is gonna be important, because that was a lot of the problem, was just not being able to handle those weapons. And oh no, what I was saying with countering the Tetras is a little harder when your shield is in front of you and over.
Well, we had a friend come in and step in to help out with the Tetra problem, so that's good. You know, always call a friend to talk about your Tetra infestation problems. We're gonna have first pick. Oh god, I forgot the team name in my Battlefield page. Sorry.
Was Glitter Gel Pen seems to have gotten the first pick, and Splatterdragons is holding the zone. We've got the rain coming out, which is also going to be helpful for creating paint. Tetris will go in again, but the Nautilus is having a little trouble, but the rain is going to clean things up. That crab is going to get finished off, and that will be the recap for their Gel Pens. Well, they are going to start moving up into the opponent's plat. They've got the vac, they've got the shield. Just like I really love about this Splatoon 3 Tentabrella kit is you have all the home forward juice you could ever want for a Tentabrella.
That's true, yeah. The tent is making
nice bomb.
Good bomb indeed. The tent is making really nice use of that. You can just see all the angle shooters getting tossed out here. They're definitely doing something, and now we do have Glitter Gel Pen able to take the lead right here. This tent is still going strong. I mean, like you said, everything that they could ever want. They're going to use the ink vac in this corner here to shield themselves from it, and somehow they are still alive. It looks like they're just going to be holding their ground here for a good long while that zone continues to tick down, already below 15 and looking to get into the single digits very, very soon. Even though the 10 has gone down, that's 2 down. They make it all the way to 5 before the zone gets heavily contested. Switch Boy here going to get a very nice double with the Crab Tank, and now it is back in control of Splatterdragons.
Excellent job playing on their shield being back to stay alive. If they've been able to hit a couple more of their shots and get a pick or two, that almost certainly would have been game for Glitter Gel Pen. Now we got one of the big bubblers. Well, they only have one big bubbler now. They put the blaster away for a splash, which I think was good to play. But the big bubbler's out. The Tetris is going to go down again. Looks like they got outranged and pinched off that Tentabrella. Ted's going to start pushing onto the Junior. And Nautilus is going to drop, clearing that left area. That's going to be important because now they've got the control of where their opponents will use to push in, picking up Grace as she retreats, and now it's going to be Splatterdragons on the back foot and going for a really risky play there, and they're going to go down. This could very well be KO for Glitter Gel Pens.
Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a lot of penalty, but with the way that this is going, I mean, they're just going very, very strong here. The Nautilus fully taking advantage of the tent shield to get not 1 but 2 picks, bring that Ink Storm in as well, and now just look how far up they are in Splatterdragon's base. I mean, this is, I mean, you can't really spawn camp on this map, but it's getting pretty close at this point. See, it looks like the machine here is going to try and take this off angle to get in, use the Booyah Bump that they have. Of course, they are spotted, but they're going to try and get some more paint on the zone, and it does work. They do neutralize the zone at the last possible second. 2 down on the side of Glitter Gel Pens, and Splatterdragon is painting like their life depends on it, but the machine is the only one alive, and unfortunately, they are just not going to be able to hold on.
Yeah, that was well played by both sides, but the adjustment by Glitter Gel Pens, I think, was really important thing you need to be able to do. And they knew, okay, we need more range, we need a less shot than the Tetras, and they pulled out weapons that would let them do exactly that.
Very, very nice adjustment. That is what we love to see. Alright, well, after those great first 2 matches, we'll be going to our last map mode, which is going to be Tower Control on Hagglefish Market. So, do wonder if we'll see that blaster come back.
I hope we see the tent again in the Nautilus, because they're going to need the range here, because Hagglefish is very much it. Hey, let's put the whole map in a straight line. That'll be fun, right? Yeah. When the map is in a straight line, but there's flanking race and Nintendo issues, like, this is fine. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's the worst. I know a lot of people like it, but for me, it just always feels kind of awkward, because I'm like, I can flank exactly one place here, and they know it's going to be there, and then I flank and they don't know I'm coming, and I'm just a little confused when I'm playing solo or whatever.
Yeah, Sometimes the predictability is not very fun, especially when you want to be predictable, but oh well, we're here and we gotta play the match out because that's, you know, that's tournament for you. Yeah, but I'm sure these teams will make the best of it, and tower control is a fun mode anyways.
I think the way Glitter Gel Prince wins this is just sitting on tower with 10, honestly. Like, get the ink back out, play weapon with Big Bubbler, just sit there, have essentially 2 shields at any given time with, I guess, 3 if you shoot your 10 shield, and then pull out the ink back. Because you can cheese a lot, and there's a lot of open space here on Hagglefish that'll make it hard to push otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of potential for this tent here to get some crazy stuff going on to help out their teammates like we saw in the last set. So I really do hope that weapon comes back here.
Since we haven't made enough puns, I'd like to point out briefly that Hagglefish Market is indeed a pun, because the Hagglefish is the thing. And then you're haggling at the market. Thank you, Nintendo.
A good map name.
Indeed, we will see the tent go away, which is interesting, but...
No tent, no
Flingza instead.
Either.
A Flingza, and they're gonna keep the Junior, which I don't think is a bad pick. But, yeah, Flingza, I can hear Splatterdragons grumbling from here. Like, the missile spam is going to be annoying. It's a good play, especially when their opponents aren't running missiles. But it's going to be very annoying. And nope, there's first missile 20 seconds in. I love missiles.
Yeah, there sure are tents and missiles, and they Flingza actually going to very quickly get punished for that aggressive missile pick, and we're going to see very quickly Splatterdragons get onto that tower. You saw the big bubbler there. We have the triple ink strike coming out as well, so popping a lot of those specials a little bit early on, and forcing a jump back from GGP as well.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the early push for Splatterdragons. They're going to lose 1, but they've still got the momentum here. They've got a special ready. If they're going to find something, it's going to be critical, but it looks like they're just going to be... They're going to get the trade, but they're going to get pinched out from all angles, and that's going to be the end of them. Along with the counter push now from Glitter Gel Pens. They have the missiles. I think they're close to the rain and the crab tank as well. It's going to be a good... Oh no, that bomb. That was a really well-placed splat bomb.
Yeah, it was well placed and well timed as well, just cutting off that crab tank before they even had a shot at popping it. They have the ink storm there, so they're going to use the Nautilus is going to pop that to clear out just a little bit more space. But you can see just Splatterdragon is just consistently maintaining their position around the tower, even going so far as to throw down this Booyah Bomb very nice there, and they're just going to take the tower again. They just have such a nice hold on mid, and that is going to result in Glitter Gel Pens going 3 down, meaning that Splatterdragon is just going to continue on advancing forward, looking to further their lead.
Machine's going to look for something that's going to be a really risky play, though, and they will get hit on again. But Glitter Gel Pens really has to find the full wipe here. They need to get mid clear. They need to get mid back, or they're not going to get anywhere with this, and they're going to lose the missiles too, so that's not great. They've got Bubbler and Crab, but they're going to need those later. So the missiles would probably... The missiles in the rain with their best options for entry tools. The rain's going to be out, the missiles are almost back, so they're going to be able to stabilize here. But it looks like they might have to start popping specials defensively, which is not what they need right now. They're going to go 2 down, yet they will have to pop specials defensively. The rain coming out, the missiles are at the ready. And Glitter Gel Pens is just continuously getting flanked, and they don't really have an answer for it right now.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about flanking. You can see this Nautilus spinning in circles, just doing their best to find the person. And they do. The Flingza comes out, gets a pick as well, is finally able to try and make their way back into mid, but they're just going to get taken out. But I think that was another bomb, if I'm not completely mistaken. Mid now under heavy combat by both sides, actually. And we are just under halfway through our match somehow. Glitter Gel Pens able to get a couple picks, put that bubbler down as well, and finally take control of that tower, get it to the first checkpoint, and look like they are going to break through that as well. Oh, and I spoke too soon. They unfortunately get completely wiped out, and so just moments before breaking through that checkpoint, unfortunately, their push ends.
Yeah, it looks like Splatterdragons is going to have another opportunity to just keep extending their lead here. They've got the specials, they've got another one coming to the line. They're going to have all of them very quickly. And the bombs are coming in. It's going to be, I think, a pretty good push, but they're going to get but Glitter Gel Pens will get an early pick on them. The big bubbler is coming out, though. And Booyah Bomb's going to come out, but it's not going to get anything. Mantit is just going to get the pick here, which is really good. That Nautilus was going to be a huge headache. That's going to be 2 down on to Splatterdragons, the other two are going to wisely back up and just recuperate, get their specials back up. But this is arguably the final. There might be one more chance after this, depending on what happens for Little Gel comes to push. That's going to be a good pick. That's going to be 2 down. They're going to missile the other 2 just to make sure that Tetra dies, which they will. And the juniors will be the only one they're going to spam bombs, and if Yellow and another player get aggressive, that's going to be the end of the junior. Flink's player staying on tower as well, and they're looking for the lead here.
Absolutely, this is a great push so far. Flink's player really being self-sufficient here and getting a very nice pick that they're going to have to watch these members get
the roller.
And that's the power of roller, baby! A wipeout right there and somehow getting even more picks. I don't know how it worked, but it sure did. And they just completely squished the person from Splatterdragons trying to get them. That tower is just barreling forward right now. All of them are perched on top of it. That's the KO! What?
Please, someone clip that. Like, I know a lot of people are, but that was amazing.
Oh my
like, the point-blank missiles, the wall, the fact that the Nautilus jumped over the roller twice before they finally died, that was beautiful. It was probably the best Splatoon I've seen in quite a while. To be fair, I haven't watched much Splatoon recently, but that was exception. Just, that was crazy and really well played, too.
That's Splatoon 3 for ya. Well, that is... I'm gonna be honest, that is not how I expected that game to end, but it sure is an end to our round 2. Great job to both of these teams, and man, that Nautilus has some fancy footwork.
Yeah, that was... I mean, the fact that they not only jumped over it, but in that chaos just realizing, oh wait, there's a roller. They're rolling. Let me jump. And then timing it right too is really impressive. I would not have been able to do that. Yeah.
You know, you barely ever see just successful squish kills with roller in general here in comp, so the fact that it worked here on tower control is hilarious, but that's what Splatoon is all about. So we'll break for just a couple of minutes for our next round, round 3. Stay tuned, we'll see you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Low Ink November 2022, Round 3. I'm Kato, and I'm joined here today by Quark.
If you're playing Low Ink Bingo, feel free to check off Round 3 and Round 4, because it just says that on the bingo sheet.
Oh, no, the reason is that sometimes there are issues during
Oh, I was making a bad joke.
That's
However,
fair.
it seems to have gone over even my own head, because I don't know what I was trying to make a joke about. Anyway,
It's okay.
we are here in Round 3 Swiss with Pod and Duck Crew versus RGB Levels Rebels, who both have amazing team logos. I love both of them. I love the duck, and I love the colors. Yay, primary colors. Who doesn't like primary colors? Is green a primary color?
Yeah, if you're talking about light, it is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Anyway, Splatoon.
Splatoon, the game of the colors. Yep,
Oh, we
definitely.
are going. Okay, we are on Scorch Gorge on, I think, Rainmaker. I don't know. We were distracted by colors and team logos
Yes.
and
Wow.
remembering how to count off. Anyway, cool. We have a Hydra Splatling.
Woo,
and
double splatling! I
Nautilus.
love double splatling.
Flashbacks. We used to do that. That's cool. Remember
That
when we
is
ran
cool.
triple Splatling? I like
Yeah.
lots of Splatlings. It's the best team comp.
Yeah, and then on the side of RGB Rebels, we have the Junior coming back out, we got the Charger, we got the Splash. Pretty standard team comp there, got a lot of paint going on there too as well. The Splatling, Hydra's definitely going to have to watch out for that Charger, although, yeah, the scope provides a little bit of the extra range. And we got... Yeah, it was a pretty fast crab tank. Pretty much 20 seconds, I believe, to charge that up. I don't think it got any picks. We have 1-1 down on both sides right now. Both teams are just kind of looking. Hydra gets a pretty nice pick there. I mean, I'm sure they know the full extent of their range. That range is going to provide them a lot of power, a lot of area control through the rest of this game.
Yeah, I definitely like double Splatling here for the range, especially the Hydra. So they're going to have a combo range with the Charger, but they're also going to have the fall-off ability to deal with the barriers. The Chargers just can't shoot through, so the Hydra is going to be the superior backline here, and they've been showing it with all the picks we're seeing them get. That is going to be 3 down on the side of Pond Duck Crew with RGB Rebels getting ready to... No, rather, Pond Duck Crew is pushing with RGB Rebels having to defend.
Yeah, that Charger got caught in a rough spot there. Unfortunately, gets taken out. We have the Wavebreaker and the Storm coming in here, and I believe they do break through the checkpoint there. So the Blaster is going to come in here, pop that, and the Hydra perched all the way up here. Very, very nice vantage point. Unfortunately, doesn't quite find the pick onto the crab tank and does pay for that. Meanwhile, we do have the members of RGB Rebels able to break out, able to get back into mid and get a little bit more turf control down. The scope does have their specials, so that might help them out a little bit there. And Sapehill here is going to go for that nice pick, looking for the double. Unfortunately, not able to pull that off. Nice shot indeed, and the Hydra's going to get a pick as well. Continue looking for more.
Exceptional close range pick from the range blaster
Nice.
there. And then the Hydra is going to clean it up. And I'm really liking Pond Duck Crew's comp. They've got enough paint, especially with the Hydra doing a good job painting and the Junior just being the painter, to keep the Splatlings and the Blaster moving. And then they just have a lot more range here. And between those, even if they may not on paper be able to outpaint RGB Rebels, they have so much more area control and a lot more killing power to go with it. They're really seems like they're having a pretty easy time. So they are going to get picked off, the rain's going to come out. They're going to be able to push this, I think, continuing past the checkpoint once they have a bit of space, but the Zuka is going to come out well placed, at least slow them down. Lots of specials ready for RGB Rebels. The Booyah Bomb's going to come out. They got to go around the Rainmaker soon. They will pick up the Rainmaker before it disappears. Speed 1 down, the Junior going down. One trying to rush the Rainmaker, but the Hydra's going to get the close range pick right there, and this is looking good for Pond Duck Crew. They just got to find one more. They will find one more. This is the opportunity. They're going to lose one, though. This corner is going to be difficult to negotiate for them, but they're just going to hold forward because, well, they're not just going to hold forward. They're going to back up. They're playing it slow. They've still got enough time on the Rainmaker clock, but they really do just have to go at some point. Like, it doesn't matter if they don't get the perfect push, I think, right now. They just need more of a push, and they will do that. I think, if anything, they waited a little too long there just because they were waiting for that perfect push, which didn't come, and they might have been able to get a few more points if they had just kind of sent it and held forward.
Unfortunately, perfectionism has no place in Splatoon, and everything is constantly going wrong. However, 38 is still a great push, and you can see it. I mean, just the fact that they held that position for such a long amount of time speaks for itself. Now, though, we do have 2 down Pond Duck Crew. The Blaster still, though, able to get nice picks with this chip damage. RGB Rebels is going to finally pick up that Rainmaker, begin to move it forward. We have, though, a little bit of Oh, that shark, that direct, that was a little bit of a risk there, but they got it and it paid off. And so now this Rainmaker's kind of sitting there right beside the pedestal, contested by both teams. That is 2 down, though, on the side of Pond Duck Crew. So we do have the checkpoint, although they will go down immediately after that.
Interesting Booyah placement there to throw it behind the Rainmaker to cut off the rest of the team from trying to follow up. They knew they'd be able to kill the Rainmaker. Even though your instinct would be to throw the Booyah at the Rainmaker, they knew the Rainmaker is dead anyway. They're going to be on the pedestal, we'll kill them. So we'll just cut off the rest of their team. And I like to note too is about Skull just kind of taking that aggressive, I'm going to try to hit this point blank direct. They've already did it once in our own view, and then they did it again. I'm sure they're confident their ability to hit those, which is a bit of a double-edged sword, but if they keep hitting them, I mean, confidence is not going to do them wrong, and with the way they're playing right now, I think they've clearly practiced a lot. They will probably hit a majority of those kind of plays they try to make.
Absolutely. Well-placed confidence is important in this game. Nautilus going to go in there and assist in another pick. We've got 17 seconds left in this match, sitting 68-38 right now, and you can see that RGB Rebels is slowly gaining ground a little bit, but it might just be a little bit too slow because they need an opportunity to pick up that Rainmaker without immediately getting run over by Pond Duck Crew. And they do. They put down the big bubbler. The Hydra there is just sitting there waiting, immediately takes out the Rainmaker. You don't even get to see overtime triggered. That is our game.
Really good game one. Amazing. I'm just loving the double spotting. I know I've said it a lot. The double spotting
so
is
good though.
Cool,
it's so good.
And it's also just good memories. Like double spotting was how I played Splatoon. I wasn't playing the spotling. I was playing with the spotlings. Circa when I was actually playing very regularly back in early 2021. So I'm happy to see it continued on. And also just even if I'm not a Splatling main, because I just have a need to hold forward a little too much to play Splatling, Splatling is fun to do, and I'm, again, just glad to see people playing it. I'm interested if we're going to see the Hydra here on Clamblitz Museum, which is our next map. I think we will, if anything, because the sightline from mid-plat to where your opponent's basket is just perfect for any backline, especially with how the Hydra's been playing.
My goodness, yes, Hydra Splatling, one of my favorite weapons ever. I'm the Splatling main you play with. Wow, would you look at that? And it just remains one of my favorite weapon classes to this day. And like you said, just these sightlines, the sheer amount of control that you get with the range and the power that this weapon puts out, it's worth trading that for just being a little bit slower than the rest of your team. And the way they played that off, I mean, the Hydra was getting as many clutch picks as everybody else. So I'm sure they will do very, very well if they decide to bring that back. And the Nautilus could be a good pick here too as well. I mean, that comp just worked out so well for them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, really. Although, of course, change in map, change in mode may prompt a little bit of change.
Yeah, as for RG Rebels, they might want to bring out the leader here if they're feeling worried about Hydra. They could. I think that's the adjustment people think of first. I should play leader. There's a Hydra if they're a Charger player. But no, they're gonna. I think it's a good adjustment. They know they can't contrast head on. So they're going to go for the chip damage, they're going to go for the bow with the mist, and the mist is going to be important here because it's going to keep the things like the blaster and the Hydra from being able to move around as much because they can't paint their feet quickly, and they're just going to get stuck. And then the Slosher is going to be taking advantage of the angles so they don't have to stand in those straight lines that are so dangerous for them. I think it's a good adjustment here, and we're going to see an early stalemate.
Yeah, we will. And something interesting about that mist, I bet it will make those jumps off of the propeller into the other team's side a lot more difficult, even if maybe impossible. I haven't seen the effects of that, but we got some early specials coming out here. The Inkzuka gonna find a pick, looking for more, and we have 2 down on the side of Pond Duck Group to start this off. So RGB Rebels is going to take a lot of ground and push this very, very far. They have a good amount of clams under them too. The Bubbler gonna save the life of this player over here. Unfortunately, one member going down forces Dark here to retreat, and they are not unfortunately going to get the push that they wanted there.
Yeah, something to note about all these weapon adjustments we see for RGB Rebels is they have 2 really long range specialists in the form of Inkzuka and Killer Whale 5.2 or 5. Whatever. I think it's 2. Anyway, and also the Ink Strike, which has a little less range, but it's going to be able to punch through walls. It's going to give them the ability to contest the range that they weren't able to previously. So they've got to get some picks here, and they haven't really been able to find much with those specials, and now they're on the back foot, and we're seeing a stalemate partially just because both teams are playing very close to. They're playing on par with each other, but also this map is just annoying self-pushing.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this map, but even I can admit that it's just annoying at a lot of times, and that's why I think these teams are feeling it too. We've got a 2-down situation on RGB Rebels, enabling Crew to gain a little bit more ground. They have that power clamp, and they're looking like they're going to try and make a move here. They have the one special that's going to come out here from the blaster. Really nice pick right there. That's 3 down now. All they have to get past is the bow, and they're just going to evade that very nicely. So in goes the first clam, and there's a big bubbler there. You were talking about that earlier, I think about a set ago, how you can just stand in the bubble and toss in the clams, and already they've gotten that down to 47. Kitten here doing their best, as well as Skull. They do have to back away just a little bit, especially since their teammates are down, but getting a lot of clams out of that and getting a nice score.
Yeah, I have to point out that RGB Rebels did a really good play there, putting a mist onto the ramp, which bought them some time, but the problem is they weren't able to make use of the time. They weren't able to get specials, so all it did was give Crew, it just forced them to wait a bit and then keep building their specials, and Crew was still able to just kind of waltz in, and if anything, just reminded them, okay, we gotta maybe slow down a bit. But it was unfortunate that RGB Rebels wasn't able to build, say, a whale or an egg strike to counter and push Duck Crew back into mid, and that's going to be an egg strike, and Duck Crew's, that was exceptional movement there. I was worried they're going to die for a second, but good stop. The Slosher will probably find them, but they're going to go down as well. Duck Crew going 3 down, this is going to be RGB Rebels' big chance. Ooh,
so much orange ink on the map right now, but you can see Hyper there with the Booyah Bomb cutting off one route. We do have the Killer Whale coming out though, and we have all the clams on board. Rose, they're going to throw it in, unfortunately does go down. We have the bubble there. It also very, very quickly gets shut down, so now 2-down situation for RGB Rebels, but only at 62 as opposed to the 47 that Duck Crew was able to achieve. Rowan here is going to actually able to build another power, but doesn't find an angle quickly enough. Going to throw in those ink strikes just to build them just a little bit too late, and they're going to look and wait for that basket to drop again, because they are still in a good position with that 2 down as well. I think they're looking for just an immediate follow-up here, and that is what they're going to get.
Yeah, and they will get the immediate follow-up, but they're not going to quite get it. They lost a couple members in it, which just the Rose needs to go, and they will get the lead. Yeah, I bet everyone in VC right there for Duck Crew, or for RGB Rebels was just screaming, go, 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 we need just one clam and you have it, you need to go. But that was really well played, that they were patient, they didn't try to force the lead, the first push, because they knew, okay, the blaster's there, we can't quite get through. So they just held that position, did an excellent job playing around cover, and then once they had all their specials back, really good combination of the Killer Whale and the Iruka to get the picks needed. Now Duck Crew is looking to change that.
Yeah, we saw the mist on the ramp again. They just wait for that to dissolve. Duck Crew is going to go in with all of these. They break the barrier, and they do take the lead at the cost of 3 of their members. But it looks like that is going to be enough. The Junior is just scrambling to get away from the fight. And so now we sit 33-43 with RGB Rebels surprisingly here on the back foot. But they also have the power clam, I believe that's the pity clam. So they're going to do their best to go in. Unfortunately, though, they are going to go 3 down, wipe out, drop the clam, and that's going to be a tense end to this game.
It's exceptionally played by both teams, but in the end, Duck Crew got the final punch in. They managed to get back into mid, they got to the position where they could use their range again, and really well played by both teams, but again, Duck Crew just had the final opportunity when RGB Rebels. I almost said RGB Gamers, which someone should name your team. Please name your team RGB Gamers. Maybe I'll do that from next time I play a pickup.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at that cute little. All the 4 members of Duck Crew have the same victory emote too. That's cute. I love seeing that. Little team coordination like that. Well, yeah, I think teams should do a lot of coordination, actually. I think that's the very important part about being a team.
What you're telling me, I shouldn't always just play with 3 people I don't really play with and hold forward and do that every other week? And I'll get results that way?
Every Slayer be like...
This is also me directly stealing someone's tweet about pickup culture, but anyway.
Oh, well. Well, we're immediately going... Yeah, Wahoo Zones. Everybody loves Wahoo Zones. Nobody hates Wahoo Zones.
Does Leo work here now? Did they fix that?
Who?
Because Booyah used to not paint the zone here. I think they fixed
no,
it.
that was Sturgeon, I think. Or was it here
Yeah,
too?
they did fix it. Okay.
They did fix it. Okay.
I
Well,
was trying to remember which bugs they fixed. Because
ooh, we have two Hydras. We have two Hydras now.
Two Hydras.
RGB Rebels has said, okay, you know what? We're going to take a leaf out of your book and we're going to bring out a Hydra of our own. And so now we've got two of these incredible weapons contesting the zone. Sable here going to go for a little bit of a flang. We'll see if it is successful. They do get spotted, able to assist in one pick. Unfortunately, it just falls a little bit to the wrong angle for the other one. But in the meantime, we do actually have RGB Rebels able to take control of the zone in that time.
Yeah, I think, especially because the Hydra on the side of RGB Rebels is running respawn flash, so it's a bit of a double-sided sword here. I'm not sure how quickly they're going to be able to get used to playing Hydra off of, I don't know what they were playing last set. That's something that was very different from Hydra anyway. That's going to be disadvantaged, especially if they end up dying a lot, but it's going to be RGB Rebels taking the lead initially. That's looks like the adjustment is working, but they're going to lose 2 down. The bubbler fight is going to go down. The Booyah Bomb is going to come out, but it'll really... I don't think that was the best Booyah Bomb, because I guess it's 2v2 now, but they probably should have held it until their team was there, because now it's just a stall instead of a complete opening, but it will be enough anyway for RGB Rebels to get the zone back and immediately lose one. This is going to be another probably 30 seconds of scrapping in mid until one team gets to clear hold the zone again.
Yeah, we have another kill for a kill, and probably again, like you said, what we're going to be seeing for a little while. Staple here trying to get some aggression, and unfortunately they just get immediately spotted. We got another Booyah Bomb that's going to be thrown from RGB Rebels onto that zone. Unfortunately though, unlike last time, it's not quite enough to get them the cap. The Hydra narrowly able to avoid that Booyah Bomb right there, but unfortunately the big bubbler is able to shield the other Hydra, and the Hydra fight is lost. We got Dark here also looking for some other plays. Sapil going in with the Ink Zuka, and not quite finding the pick, but it's able to get them control. So now we're 42-33, these relatively even scores and relatively even penalties as well.
I was thinking, so Wahoo is a circle, and a circle is a great place for like one of those gladiatorial, or a great shape for one of those gladiatorial arenas. We need a name for that, so if anyone has some ideas, I don't, but I think you could definitely go somewhere with that. Anyway, we have a Splatoon game to play, and the Hyper here is doing a great job holding this right angle. They're gonna try to peek Rose, but they're gonna fall, and that's not great, and okay. It looks like they survived because Zapil wasn't quite in position to follow up a nice auto bomb there to stall them, and Zapil's gonna go for that, and they're gonna die, because looks like the rest of the good VC there by the rest of Pandaku calling out, okay, we gotta hit this person, they're gonna go here, please help, and they did exactly that. They're looking like they could take the lead, but we got trades after trades. This map is a bloodbath right now.
Yeah, Saples had some great flank positioning, but unfortunately just their luck has not been the greatest. But they have more things up their sleeve. We have the Ink Zuka that's going to come out. A little bit of an awkward angle there, not quite going to find anything. We have the Wave Breaker from Pond Duck Crew as well, going to mark them. The lead is flipped now to Pond Duck Crew, but immediately after that, RGB Rebels is going to be able to take control of the zone. So very, very even ground for both of these teams here.
Yeah, and Pandaku will get the zone back yet again. Just the continuous back and forth in this match is really fun to watch, but also probably really stressful for them playing. It's like, we have the zone, okay, we don't, okay, now we do again, and it's just, I can feel the pressure here, even though set might all be decided, but you gotta win every game you can, because every little bit of game wins is important in Swiss ranking, and really nice big bubbler here, the Booyah Bomb coming out as counter. And Dark is gonna fight use a junior to fight a Splatling, and is gonna get the trade. Excellent movement there to get that trade, and it's gonna be the lead for RGB Rebels.
Lead indeed. There's the flip. We got a lot of specials coming out onto the zone there, and still though, RGB Rebels going to maintain control of the zone. Honda Crew is doing everything they can. Oh, a very nice double kill, looking for even more from Skull here, and they're able to use that, capitalize off of it, take back control of the zone, but not before RGB Rebels gets to 18, and we have about 30 seconds left on the clock. Also, you know, we saw that it apparently works. If you just run around in Splatlags and circles fast enough, it works. And oh, there's only 2 people left on the map right now. We just got Melody here chilling in the zone fighting Sapil.
They've got the Inksuka. This is RGB's chance to come in, but they gotta go now. It's gonna be the lead going to Pawn Duck Crew. Bombs coming in, one going down on each side. Hyper's got the position here to just keep holding. They're gonna end up in the Hydra 1v1. Looks like the Hydra got shredded before they can get a Booyah Bomb out, and that will be the game going to Pawn Duck Crew, taking the set 3-0 with an excellent last defense.
I mean, that was just flip after flip. I mean, it says knockout, but honestly, that felt like a very close game.
Yeah, flipping the Wahoo Zone like it's pancake or something. Wait, don't eat the amusement park ride. Wait.
Flipping the Wahoo Zone like it's a pancake. Oh, that was a good one. Oh man, well, what an end to our set, huh?
Yes, and before we go, we have some things to tell you about.
Oh wow,
like the
we
major
sure
that has been
do.
announced. Mulloway IT's first ever major Stormbreak has just been unveiled with a shocking $1,000 starting prize pool. Don't miss an opportunity to strike on December 17th and 18th at 5 p.m. UTC/1 p.m. EST. Be sure to join the Discord server, discord.io/MullowayIT, and grab the Stormbreak roll for more information.
Yeah, that's going to be a great event. I'm very excited for it. We also have an announcement from IPL. Our Oceanic tournament is back after a 1-year hiatus. Reef Rushdown 13 Coral Comeback is going to be happening on Saturday, December 10th at 5 p.m. AEDT, 7 a.m. CET, 1 a.m. EST, with registration open right now. This tournament is from now on going to be happening on a monthly basis, and the format is aimed towards all skill levels. So if you're from Oceania and you're looking for a tournament to play, you can give Reef Rushdown a try. I'm very excited to see this come back. All right, well, before we head into set for a quick break before then, that's actually going to do it for us, me and Quark as commentators. Will be handing off the mic to DRF and Totterobot, two more amazing people who you'll definitely want to stick around to hear. And before we go, Quark, where can the wonderful people in the audience find you on the internet?
I'm at StrangeQuarked on Twitter. I mean, I'm not sure how long Twitter's going to be around, as we're all speculating about, but you can find me there retweeting pictures of cute cats and art, and occasionally Splatoon stuff. How about you?
You can also find me on the precarious Twitter at Cater_, maybe, I don't know how much longer, but I'm there. I talk about art, I talk about the things I cast, and I have a lot of fun there. So, with that, we'll be handing off the mic, and we'll be taking a quick break of just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back with some more Splatoon 3 action. Stay tuned!
everybody, and welcome back to Low Ink. We are here in Swiss Round 4. I am DRF, joined by my co-commentator today, Totorobot, and we have a fantastic matchup for you all. We have the Kayo Calamari taking on the Benthic Brigade. And Totorobot, you know, it's been quite a while since you and I have shared the mic, so it's fantastic to be here with you once again. So, you know, we were talking earlier that there's a lot of new teams that have risen up in Low Ink, especially given the time that has passed since we've shared the mic together. It's always exciting to see new people.
I've woken up from my hibernation from like a year and a half of Splatoon 2 hiatus, so, and everything looks different. There's a whole third game. Have you heard of it yet?
No, I haven't. And, you know, it's gonna be very exciting to check it out here. But we're gonna be starting with something that's actually probably very familiar to you: Tower Control Search Shipyard.
Oh yeah. Just like we're playing Splatoon 2. Okay.
Yes.
So Tower Control Search and Shipyard, pretty much the same as second game. What are the things to pay attention to here?
It's with the second. I guess the way that the checkpoints are and the path of the second half of the route is definitely a little bit different. So this is still could be a fairly backline oriented map if you do have one, as we do see Day bringing out that Splat Charger. But it looks like it's going to be Kayo Calamari that is, sorry, not Kayo Calamari, Benthic Brigade that is going to be prepared with that Flingza, going to be popping missiles very frequently, as that Flingza is able to do here in this third game.
Yeah, Kayo Calamari takes the tower first, but it's only just to grab the attention, and they take 2 down on Benthic Brigade's side, 3 down. That roller is retreating for their life. All right, Kayo Calamari get the first push, and we'll see how far they can take this. The bubbler already came out, so, but they don't need it for the checkpoint. They can just stand the missiles, great missiles from Benthic Brigade to push them off the tower. And here comes the Zipcaster, and they're able to get past the first checkpoint. Great placement from that roller to rain from above.
Yeah, J-Slosh has been doing everything so far for the Benthic Brigade, just popping those missiles, displacing the members of Kayo Calamari. They were able to clear that first checkpoint, so Kayo Calamari really got the job that needed to get done. As far as the first minute and a half of this game is concerned, but the Benthic Brigade just have not been able to make a clear response yet. J-Slosh just continues to somehow stay alive, dancing their way around these charger shots, and with one down there, hopefully they'll be able to take a bit of control.
It's not just one down; they specifically take out the charger, which is really the able to dictate the pace of the game on this map. So I think that this should be a good push for Benthic Brigade if they're able to just keep the splats and keep control.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to be able to do just that. This first checkpoint will be falling. Tormy be able to get the first pick there. The Crab Tank coming out and going to help get that second pick. So that's going to be the lead, exchanging in favor of Kayo Calamari. But the second checkpoint is where things are really going to start falling apart for Kayo Calamari, and they are in knockout territory.
Yeah, they were able to just keep 3 down and stagger the death timers, and wow, never mind. It turns over. Wipeout.
Wow, a huge play there from Arc on the Octobrush to take 3 down, getting the assist on the 4th to give their team a chance. So now Kayo Calamari will reset this tower, but they have a long way to go to get this lead back. Yeah,
but with this map, you know that anything can happen very quickly. So missiles are the name of the game here to force people off the tower. Especially with tower control, you always have to be grouped near the tower, so missiles are a great way to... They're going to be grouped anyway, so you can tag as many people as possible.
Oh, and here comes Arc ready to cause some trouble once again. Able to get this pick on J-Slosh. J-Slosh, a crucial piece of the puzzle for Benthic Brigade. No, that's going to be a wipeout. They come 6 points shy of taking the lead.
I wonder how many knockouts we're going to see, or wipeouts we're going to see in this set. These teams are just going back and forth, and both teams executing well on very, very clutch defenses at the very, before preventing the knockout.
Yeah, and with Sturgeon Shipyard, once you kind of get in those single digits remaining, you typically see a knockout. So it's actually very fascinating to me here that both of these teams were able to get into those single digits, but not finish the job with the knockout. Very clutch defenses, as you said, to the robot.
Excellent snipes here.
Oh, and Arc continues to make magic happen for Kayo Calamari. Able to get a couple of nice picks there. And with a minute to go, it looks like they're going to get geared up for another push.
I mean, at this point, this is likely the last push. So either they knock out or they don't. Can they do it?
That will be the question we're trying to answer here. If this doesn't go smoothly, I think you go ahead and let it reset, like they're doing an inch to tower forward. You don't need a hard commit to this being the last push. You want to play smart, and this Ink Back and Bubble are going to try to make this happen.
Numbers advantage for Calamari. Much of a very big numbers advantage. Nope, not as big numbers advantage anymore. Equal numbers advantage. 8 seconds. Oh, they're on the tower. Who's gonna get it?
Oh, that's gonna be 2 down. J-Slosh to make it happen, and everyone's diving in on this tower, and it's not gonna be enough. Benthic Brigade winning that frantic team fight at the end to hold off the Kayo Calamari, and they will win game number 1. And wow, if that's what game number 1's looking like, I am excited to see where the rest of this set goes.
Yeah, we're in for a set.
Oh, wow. I mean, just very clutch plays coming out from both of these teams, particularly with J-Slosh on the side of Benthic Brigade, just continuing to stay alive. Your life is always your most precious resource in this game, and they were able to stay alive consistently, ready to pop missiles, displacing Kayo Calamari from the tower. But then on the flip side, we saw Arc. Arc just got it done time and time again. I think we saw 2 or 3 triples out of Arc.
Yeah, on Calamari's side, both. I really liked the combination of the Charger, which there are excellent vantage points on that stage, plus the Zipcaster with the Octobrush. But now we're heading into Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway. So here's game 2. I mean, if we saw aggression in last game, we're definitely gonna see it in Rainmaker here.
Yeah, and these teams, I think, readied up in record time. So definitely they are ready to roll. Day going over to that X-Splosh now. That is, I think, the most notable adjustment between these two teams.
I mean, I'm also noting to change the Nautilus is, I think, a really good thing for Tooth here changing the Nautilus from the Charger. I think that's a great change too, because with Rainmaker you need to be more mobile, and Chargers are good for peeking. But, oh, whoa, wipeout already!
Wow, that was a very fast wipeout there. But the beauty of this new Rainmaker is that the wipeout is going to allow them to get to the checkpoint, but it's going to slow things down just enough for the Benthic Brigade to get back into action here. But with them going 2 down as well, this push will continue. Make it 3 down, and this could be a potential knockout. Oh,
not quite, but Kayo Calamari coming back with a vengeance.
Wow, yeah, they are playing like a very different team right now, coming out hyper aggressive, and it definitely was not the same team that we saw in that last game, bringing that all the way to 27 remaining in just under a minute. So finally, though, Benthic Brigade able to get all those members cleared out, and the Rainmaker will reset, but this pressure is not letting up.
Yeah, they didn't even give us time to talk about the team compositions. Yeah, I mean, from Kayo Calamari's side, you're seeing these weapons that are just very, very fast-paced, and they're using that to their advantage. They're going the long way around, which I think Well, actually, I think this is the safer path. They tried the risky path first, and they got a really good lead from that. But numbers advantage currently for Kayo Calamari. Trying to get this sponge to get back up there. Oh, not quite. That glass path is just so hard to get past. So if they want the knockout, they have to make a safe push. They're just trying to get the numbers, and they inch slightly forward more in their advantage. Two up on each side. Tormy coming from behind. Can they stop in time? Yep, they get Pizza Squid, but numbers down to 8 left.
Yeah, and just look at how aggressive Kayo Calamari continues to play this. They are always having at least one member within grabbing distance of the Rainmaker, and I don't think Benthic Brigade has even crossed the center line of this map yet.
There's some green over there.
Yeah, but that's due to the missile. Like, look at
slashing an X-Flasher.
It's just such an aggressive style right now coming out from Kayo Calamari. So it looks like, though, now with some of these specials online for the Benthic Brigade, they are going to be able to inch their way towards this Rainmaker and possibly get their first push going. But no, with that Nautilus going down and Arc trying to make a move forward, it's going to make that a little bit more difficult. And I think, just given how much pressure you've been facing so far, Benthic Brigade is definitely going to play a little bit more hesitant because they're always kind of trying to figure out where are they. Like, they've been so aggressive. They've been, playing behind us every which direction, but it looks like finally able to get 3 down there. This is going to be their first opportunity to inch towards that checkpoint, but they're going to take the long way around, which will make things a little bit slower. But as you said, Totorobot, it's going to be safer as well.
I actually, for this one, I think I like what Kayo Calamari did in that pushing to the right side. I think that checkpoint is easier to clear, but the left side is easier to KO from, in my opinion. But I think what Kayo Calamari was doing is once you get the lead, you push it and go as far as you can go, especially when you have that much time on the timer. So that was. I think that the very first, this may not actually be true, but in I think that the very first Rainmaker push is the one where you can snowball that lead aggressively. But okay, we're reset back to neutral. Benthic Brigade was not able to clear that first checkpoint. They were so close, but they were taken down right before getting the checkpoint.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
Just looking at this, it's Kayo Calamari are just back in complete control of the map, which, time is just not on the side of Benthic Brigade here, and it looks like we're going to be tumbling towards an inevitable tide set, and Arc continues to make things happen for Kayo Calamari. They're going to get they're going to try to get the third pick here, their triple, but no, they're going to just seek out the Rainmaker now. The Rainmaker pushed so far back, and they will do it, and this set is tied up.
I mean, no matter how far back you try, the Zipcaster can find you.
Yeah, that is definitely the case.
Excellently played by him.
Yeah, excellently played by Arc. Arc just used the Zipcaster so effectively. I know it's a very heavily criticized special in this early meta, but it still has its purposes, and Arc showed exactly how you can use it right there.
All right, so one win for each team, and for game, we'll see where we're going for game 3.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna be heading to Clamlet's Hagglefish, and this one is a pretty interesting map mode in that the basket can be a little bit tricky to break. But if you're able to break it, then you're in a fantastic position to just continue to snowball it. You can get clams from into the basket from underneath the ledge. So if these teams are, practiced in that method there, then they can really get some extended pushes going. But getting there initially is going to be the tough part here. Definitely keep an eye out for Arc. I know we've been talking about Arc all set so far, but with that Octobrush being as agile as it is, that's going to probably be Kayo Calamari's way to break into the basket. So we'll have to kind of see what these teams end up bringing out here. Diving into game number 3, Clam Blitz, Hagglefish Market.
Yeah, and so heading into the game, we see pretty similar, if not exactly the same comps as last time. So, I mean, well, I'm not that surprised by that. The compositions to win in Rainmaker are very similar to the ones you'll need in Clam Blitz in terms of to the pace of the game. And again, this mobility of the Nautilus is going to be helpful here for just accelerating the play and while keeping some distance. Oh,
Yeah,
here comes the Zipcaster.
Oh, already. And Arc continues to do things for Kayo Calamari. I keep saying it, but they're just playing fantastic so far in this set. J Slosh here on that flings up once again, trying to support their team, trying to build up some missiles and hopefully displace some of the members of the Benthic Brigade, and that could just lead into putting the Red Sea really of these Kayo Calamari players.
Numbers advantage goes to Benthic Brigade currently, but Clam advantage was on the Calamari side.
Crucial pick there indeed, and now the members of Benthic Brigade moving up slowly, trying to get a couple more picks there. They take out Arc. That's going to be huge for them if they can continue to move forward. But Kayo Calamari going to toss out some rain as well. That's going to make things a little bit difficult, and that's going to be 2 down on the side of Kayo Calamari, and they are retreating.
Something that I saw there was Tooth was throwing a couple of clams, sort of saying, "Okay, when you're ready, you can pick up the last clams you need to get a power clam." Oh wait, but they were not able to score on either side. Both teams, well, I think both sides tried to score, and then both sides got shut down. Such is the nature of Clam Blitz.
Yeah, and Hagglefish can be a low-score game, but look at Arc on the bottom side of this map, trying to make a play towards the basket, able to take out one member, looking for J-Slosh there, but no, it's going to be Tooth that comes to support. They'll trade with them, and that's going to be a huge pick for Benthic Brigade.
Booyah coming out, which, okay, I was thinking that would have been a good opportunity for a push, but no, excellent, not just rushing in for that. Bubbler, I can't tell if I need to say Bubbler countering the missiles or the missiles countering the Bubbler.
I would say in that case the bubble, I don't know, that kind of just neutralizes, like, yeah, nothing really like properly counters anything there. But Tooth now trying to collect some clams for their team. It looks like Benthic Brigade is back in control of mid, but as soon as I say that, they go 3 down and lose control of mid. So Kayo Calamari with the wipeout here, and this will be the first score of the game 3 minutes into this match. They don't have a whole lot of follow-up, but so far, given how defensive this game has been, this could be a winning push based on whatever they can get in here, even if it's just these 4 little clans that they've gotten in so far. And with 2 minutes to go, Benthic Brigade are going to have to find a way into their base.
I think Kayo Calamari saw, they're like, okay, it's getting unsafe, let's back up and just go back to collecting clams, which, good call from them. They didn't have to lose any numbers, didn't have to lose any pressure, so they honestly are still in control.
Yeah, and just look at this right now, and there's a jump coming in, but no, that was not a very well-placed jump, a little bit unsafe, and that's gonna cause them to go 3 down, and that's a delayed wipe, actually. Arc, though, actually did get jumped in safely, and they're gonna continue to make things difficult for Benthic Brigade, and they're able to get 1, trying to look for the second, but not gonna be able to do so. They're gonna have to go ahead and back up, jump back to support their team, as as Benthic Brigade gets geared up for a push, and no, they're not going to be able to get it done. 1 minute to go, and Benthic Brigade are going to have to get things started all over again.
With only 1 minute left, and it being Clam Blitz, 2 go down on Benthic Brigade's side, so I think control looks pretty handily in Kayo Calamari's court.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get a couple of clutch picks here, possibly getting one right here. There it is, a huge one, but they lose that Nautilus, and you really can't be taking 1-for-1s here right now. Any trades are in favor of Kayo Calamari, and I just want to see them, you know, build up some of these specials right now, and start trying to move up a little bit. You might have to start making a bit of risky plays with time not being on your side. They do have a slight numbers advantage to work with, but you know, is it going to be enough?
They're slowly trying to juggle that clam forward. 3 down on Kayo Calamari, so this is the opportunity that Benthic needs. They're definitely gonna open. Can they actually clear it though? There are a bunch of clams right there. Oh, okay, that was really quick. Yeah, Benthic Brigade takes that and gets the set 2-1.
Wow. What an ending there for Benthic Brigade. They did not have time on their side. They made the play happen when it mattered most. I mean, their backs were against the wall. They got the clutch 3 down, and they only needed the power clam +5 to take the lead there, and they had, I believe, 7 on top of that. So they put themselves in a fantastic position. They just needed the picks, like I was saying, and it all happened there. They managed to build up the specials. That was really the key thing there. The specials gave them that opportunity to you know, pop them, displace some members, get a couple of picks from those specials, a follow-up to get the third, and there you go. The rest is history there.
Yeah, these were 3 excellent games. Thanks to these teams for this really exciting set. A lot of back and forth. It was really hard to tell who was going to win each of these games. It was just. Well, actually, Kayo Calamari had excellent control.
I was going to say, Kayo Calamari too. They built up a pretty big lead. So, but Benthic, yeah, but I mean, there was a really big struggle between these 2 teams. So, excellent set for both of them. Congrats to Benthic Brigade for that 2-1 victory. So, that is going to conclude round number 4. There is still 2 more rounds of Swiss action ahead of us. You do not want to miss it. We're going to go ahead and take a bit of a brief break. So stay tuned for more Low Ink.
All right, see you in round 5. Welcome back, gamers, to Swiss Round 5. For this set, we have the Boston Squid Party versus Mystical Inc.
Wow. Two very familiar low-level teams. I mean, Boston Squid Party and Mystical Inc. Definitely have kind of been developing their brand. They've become pretty well known, especially with Boston Squid Party. They've been, I know, making some noise over in Little Squid League. So it's always fantastic to see some rosters that people are a little bit familiar with. So I'm pretty excited to see these two go head to head here.
I love both of their team logos too, or their icons.
Yeah, they do such a good job with branding. That's one thing I love about these two. So it's stuff like that makes them all the more memorable, and I'm sure that they'll hopefully be giving us a memorable set here as we start to take a look at our map list. We're going to be heading over to Splat Zone's Mako Mart, another Splatoon 2 classic.
Oh yeah, I love Splatoon 2. Okay, so this mode has I feel like there are some tricky areas of the zone to capture before you're able to get the control of the zone. So I'm not. We'll see what the comps are, but yeah, and the two platforms. It's a pretty the two bumps. It's kind of a lot of skirmishing that happens in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and Splat Zone's Mako is one of those that I think, every commentator always says this, but anything goes. Like, there isn't a poor weapon choice that you can bring out here. And, any sort of weapons could come out. You tend to just see people go with their absolute main for this map mode just because everything works well. So let's take a look at what these teams are opting for. It looks like we're going to have a Hydra X-Splosh battle going on here.
I'm expecting the Hydra to... If the Hydra's able to stay alive, I expect the Hydra to just keep constant pressure. And then I guess the way to respond to that will be flanks on the side. But Hydra goes down as the first, so that was an if. Big if.
Commentators' curse strikes again as Boston Squid Party is going to be the first to get control of this zone, but Mystical Inc. going to flip it very quickly back in their favor. The Hydra trying to get set up once again, able to do so, and just trying to spray ink. Pat doing an excellent job of chasing these Mystical Inc. players away from their half of the map, and now they've kind of established themselves in a position to neutralize this zone, but not going to do enough to flip it as Mystical Inc. continues to extend their early lead here, but finally it's going to be the Boston Squid Party with that pick on the Junior that's going to be able to flip this zone.
That was an excellent booyah. The booyah, this is a pretty small zone, so that booyah is going to be able to do a lot of get a lot of pressure in claiming the zone. 2 down on Mystical Inc.'s side, so Boston Squid Party should have a little bit of a breather here in terms of keeping control of the zone. Yeah, that Hydra is definitely applying some pressure. Oh, no, that wasn't the Hydra. That was...
I believe so there, but it's going to be the lead exchanging in favor of the Boston Squid Party. Rachel Ski is
trying to just push off. Yeah, Rachel Ski.
Yeah, the Hydra's going to have to back up here, but Pat with the bubble in the zone, doing everything they can to hold on to control, but it looks like they're going to be just a little bit short here, but with 2 down, gain the third, that's going to be the zone staying in Boston Squid Party's control, and that's a delayed wipe, so Mystical Inc. are going to have to move very quickly here, building up a couple of specials, whatever they can, but they're going to have to just dive into this zone.
Yeah, that Trizuka, Ooh. Excellent managed play from Rona, and that's going to be the knockout.
Wow. Tale of 2 pushes there, as we do see Mystical Inc. getting early control of the zone, and the game had a lot of map control there, because there was still a fair bit of green ink on the left side of this map. But Boston Squid Party was able to respond beautifully there, getting the delayed wipe, and managed to just ride this one out. It's that simple. It was as simple as that.
Okay, so game 1, yeah, Boston Squid Party was able to just keep the pressure up, and yeah, that was just excellently played. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely was.
So let's see. Heading into game 2, we are going to be going into tower control on Museum de Alfonsina. I don't even know how is the correct way to pronounce that.
I've always said Museum de Alfonsino.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with that until someone tells me otherwise. But Tower Control Museum is definitely one of those map modes where things can start out just a little bit slow. There is a fairly early checkpoint here, but once you kind of clear that first checkpoint, the tower starts to go behind the rotating platform, and that's where games really start to get decided, because that tends to be mostly free area, but the defensive team will typically get a stop there. It's just how, where in that region are you going to get the stop? Are you going to let them get all the way to that next checkpoint? Are you going to be able to stop them a little bit before? Because it's tricky to get the stop there. That's the thing. So, yeah. But teams will typically find a way to get it done, because once you kind of start coming around a rotating platform, then that becomes so much easier. But you want to try to get them in that curve before.
Yeah, and especially with that first checkpoint, if we see the Hydra again, I feel like that's a good place. There's the platform is able to just keep wide vision. It's a very wide area in the middle of the map. Mm-hmm. Not really anywhere you can be sneaky, although I guess a lot of teams, a lot of players, have been running Ninja Squid. But I'm not sure if that's what was on the gear currently. But heading to game 2, let's see what they bring out.
Yes, I was just about to ask if either of these backlines has an E-leader in their pocket. This would be the time to bring it out. That E-leader has just so much range over this map, and it looks like that E-leader was not in the pockets of Mystical Ink, so they're actually just gonna switch over to a more midline aggro type comp, which I think actually ends up being the play here. You don't want a backline that's going to be so susceptible to being killed by this E-leader.
I was going to say I was concerned about the lack of range, but yeah, that's a good argument for you don't really ever. Well, I mean, either strategy works, but this is amazing pressure by Mystical Ink. They're definitely going to clear this first checkpoint and keep moving on, but the other 3 are on the platform, so...
This is the area now that ends up being really crucial on the defensive end. That second checkpoint, though, is going to get cleared by Mystical Ink, and that's going to be a massive loss for the Boston Squid Party. But this push continues onward, and it looks like the tower is going to stall for the time being, but they're in a position to keep this going. I think there's somebody on that top right side that is sort of scaring them a little bit, and they're trying to deal with it, finally able to get the bubble up to extend this push, and they're going to clear that, going to be just shy of clearing that third and final checkpoint.
But it's
so
still
Boston
just
Squid Party finally getting to stop.
Yeah, so the push ends, but in terms of the numbers to manage, I don't think that there's that much that Boston Squid Party can do in terms of quickly getting control. They have to start from neutral again.
Yeah, and they're really gonna have to rely on Rachel here to get a couple of good picks and just continuously staying alive. So backlines are gonna have to do a lot here to get them back into mid, but they're not gonna find that quite yet. This aggro comp of Mystical Ink has been paying dividends for them so far, and they're gonna go ahead and pick up this tower once again and try to add more points to the board.
This bubbler is doing a lot of work for these pushes. Great special for tower control. But 3 go down on this little inside. Okay. Oh, but they're doing a sneaky jump.
Oh no! Wait. No, there's no way they didn't see that. There's no way they did not see that. Oh, and here they come. There's the first pick. They now realize their mistake that they haven't made, but they're going to be able to shut that down, but not without losing 2 players. The blast, they're going to pick off the third there. And this Mystical Ink is going to be back in control once again.
The push resumes, and yeah, they're able to safely super jump in. That was definitely showcasing the stealthy play of Splatoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an excellent position there. Like, I don't even know how they got up there in the first place.
They swam up the middle platform and then jumped across the grates.
Ah, gotcha. So,
Which is an
excellent positioning there.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what they're doing again.
They're going to try to do it again. But this time they dive right back in to take out the E-leader. Able to get that pick. Absolutely crucial for them to extend this push. Able to get the second pick before going down. And now Yelly's going to look to do the same thing. And this Mystical Ink that is just playing around now, trying to just completely lock out Boston Squid Party.
Yeah, and as a tip, that's also a very high risk, high reward path for Rainmaker.
Definitely Rachel there with a beautiful 2-for-1 special with the E-leader. And now Boston Squid Party, though, is going to get their first opportunity to break their way into mid with only a minute to play. 2 down. This will be their opportunity to get their first push going and possibly their last. They don't have a whole lot of time to work with to try to match this 15 points remaining.
No, they firstly need to get the picks. Trades not gonna benefit them currently. That's gonna be in Mystical Ink's advantage if they just go 1-1.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking any trades here right now if you're at a Boston Squid Party.
But they do get first checkpoint here.
Yes, so you have to take this one checkpoint at a time. It's a 3v3, but no, look at this. It's the 52 flanking once again, able to get a couple of crucial picks there. And with 10 seconds to go, nobody from the Boston Squid Party is close enough to this tower. The last member goes down, and that should... the tower reset just enough for Pat to get back on.
This is high risk. There's a lot. I'm surprised that they survived that onslaught, but okay. Mystical Ink gets the tower and take the game.
So that is once again going to be tied 1-1 here in round 5. These teams just pretty evenly matched so far. We've seen a dominant game 1 out of Boston Squid Party and followed by a dominant game 2 out of Mystical Ink. So with game 3 on the horizon here, it's gonna be really anybody's game, I feel, at this point. It's almost pretty unpredictable because we've seen dominance out of both of these two. But who's gonna, I guess, make that initial play in game 3? Who's gonna hit the ground running and start making plays early on? Because that's what seems to have been the key for both of these teams so far.
Yeah, both of them had ruthless openings on each of those matches. Get control and just they don't let it up. That was. Yeah, so with the last game, we're going to be going on to Rainmaker and Eeltail Alley, which this is one that, there's a lot of sneaky paths. As we're seeing, the stealthy play from Mystical Ink could benefit them greatly here, but also just the picks from Boston Squid Party could also turn the tide of this one. Yeah,
this one is... At least on paper, to me, this is a coin flip. As you said, Mystical Ink has played very stealthily. If they played like they did in the tower control game, where they can just take the Rainmaker, start pushing it, but even if you go down, you just need one person alive. Keep one person alive near the Rainmaker. Let the other team pop if you need to, but if they can just continue to have those opportunities to shark, they can completely surprise the Boston Squid Party and get a massive lead or possibly even the knockout. It might be a little bit tricky if that ends up being on the left side of the map. But on the flip side, the Boston Squid Party, they've been pretty reliant on getting picks. So if you're able to, get 2-3 down, that's enough. That's enough in Eeltail Alley to be able to get that first checkpoint and possibly extend just a little bit beyond that pedestal, and then they back up and play some defense.
On both of these teams, it's not been just getting 1 or 2 picks, but it's been almost wiping the entire time, or like getting 3 picks, which I think really benefits or really complements Rainmaker on both sides. So I think both of these teams have the potential to have excellent pushes, and we'll see. It all comes down to who can execute it.
Ooh, taking a look here. So the E-leader that Rachel had going to be switching back to the Hydra. Pat on that NZAP. We actually have NZAPs on either side here. So they're definitely wanting that tacticaler to make their pushes go faster.
As a 100% NZAP player, yes, I'm happy to see fellow NZAPs.
And then there's that tacticaler coming out already. No notable picks here so far. Pat's gonna go pick this one up, and there you go. Yes,
all the 3 down.
3 down. And this should be the first checkpoint falling. There's the 4th. They took a little bit of a less conventional path here than what you typically see for Eeltail Alley, but they do get the first checkpoint, and that's what matters here.
Oh, that's an excellently placed wall. However, they're going to get Boston Squid Party's going to get a good lead here. Can they get a knockout? They'll barely miss dodging that bomb. Booyah bomb coming out. This should be the takedown. But they're just steps away from the final goal.
Yeah, they are. They're so close to it. They're already pretty close to the knockout here, but they're going to go ahead and back up. They're happy with the push that they had in the opening minute. And yeah, if I'm them, I'm content with 23 for now. Go ahead, keep map control in mid. Make it difficult for Mystical Ink to get back in here. It's okay if that Rainmaker resets. You got the job done in what you're supposed to do in that opening minute.
Confident that Mystical Ink can still get a really excellent push, though.
100%.
There's 3.5 minutes left. We see Mystical Ink also get those numbers advantage. But currently we have Boston Squid Party picking up the Rainmaker again.
Oh no! That spooked me for a second right there. I was like, no! But Boston Squid Party is going to continue their push here. They're going to take this down that bottom right side, which is absolutely the play that you want to do. You clear the checkpoint on the top left side of the map, but you knock out via the bottom right side of the map. So, and that's exactly what they're doing now. This is going to be so close to knockout. Can they get it done? Yes, they do. Boston Squid Party responds in game 3 and takes the set.
Yeah, that was, I think it took a while for, it was hard for Mystical Ink to just reset to neutral and get control of their half of the map. Since Boston Squid Party, we saw that Rachel was swimming back to be a safe super jump. They were able to get their numbers back and just keep the advantage even if numbers went down. So that was really well played by Boston Squid Party, and congrats to them for taking the set.
Yeah, excellent job there. I mean, it's game 2 was definitely a struggle for them, but they responded beautifully there in game 3. We saw what made them so successful in game 1 there, and that was, playing a little bit aggressive early on and relying on those picks. And that's really what did it for them. So they're going to go ahead and take this set. They move up now to 3-2 as Mystical Ink drops to 2-3. So 3-2 is going to put them in a pretty good position here for possibly looking at beta bracket now. A couple of different format. Top 32 is going to give them an opportunity now to make that group there.
Oh, there's a different format now? Oh, this is where my hibernation...
There's so many teams now that we are now having a top 32 in day 2, and then that splits into an alpha and beta bracket. It's a pretty awesome and unique format that we have yet to see in the Splatoon community outside of this last month and this month's Low Ink. So that they're gonna definitely keep an eye out for them tomorrow as well. But that's going to do it for round 5. There is one more round of our Swiss stage here on day 1 of Low Ink. And, given how these sets have been so far, I'm so excited to see how this concludes.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here and see you later for round 6. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody, to Low Ink November 2022. I am DRF once again, joined by Totrobot, and we are going to be wrapping things up today with one final matchup between Iruka and Banana Basics.
Yeah, so let's take a look at they are in Group B. And let me just take a look at what the standings are for both teams.
They are both sitting at 4-1, so definitely at least something at stake here.
Yeah, it's with what you were talking about, the format changing to top 32. This very well could make or break whether they make that top cut.
Yeah, it absolutely can. If you win this, you go 5-1, you are certainly in. 5-1 is very safe to make that top 32. If you drop to 4-2, that's a little bit risky.
It's possible, but yeah. It'll be an exciting set with that on the line. It's we'll see where it takes us for game 6 or set 6, and the first map that we're gonna go. Oh yeah, the beloved Splatoon 2 map, Inkling Art Academy for Clam Blitz.
we just want to make sure that you have some familiarity here.
Yes, you're helping me out with the map. Whoever generated the map list, helping me out with my retirement home, easing me back into Splatoon 3 by just handing me some familiar Splatoon 2 maps. Exactly.
There we go. So actually, Clam Blitz Ink Blotch, there are a couple of small but notable changes here. The step is now a ramp. So that's going to make pushes a little bit easier. You don't have to jump your way up. And also, you don't have a wall to climb up on that far left flank. You have a rail instead. That's going to make it a little bit trickier to be stealthy there. And let's take a look at these comps. First thing I'm noticing right off the bat, Girl Boss bringing out that bamboo.
Yeah, it's very noticeable. That's I hope good bamboos that can just constantly get picks are really, really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and bamboo just really hasn't excelled super well in the early meta. So it's always exciting to be able to see these almost forgotten weapons in these early times get some time to shine here. Gabe on that heavy splatling, trying to make some early plays here.
Although,
this is an absolute bloodbath.
3 down on Banana Basics, and it's almost I'm not sure how the ink colors are assigned, but Banana Basics being on purple and not yellow that's a missed opportunity.
A missed opportunity by the game indeed. And 2 power clams though for Iruka, and they're gonna go ahead and dunk the first one in. Gabe trying to get to that basket to put the second one in, but it looks like they're gonna go ahead and accept that this is a one and done push. Banana Basics able to put a stop to that right when it mattered, not gonna let them get any sort of extended lead.
Gabe is sort of just staying back. Oh, I was going to say staying safe and Commentators curse. I didn't even get the sentence out there.
And look at this passing around from Iruka to just hand this power clam to different players here, making sure that it's in the safest hands possible. They're just continuing to toss this around, trying to stay undetected. They're going to go ahead and toss that to the side. And wow, I love this from Iruka. They're really playing some football here.
Excuse me, that's a power clam, not a football.
You know what I mean, but this crab takedown from Banana Basics, able to get the pick there. That's going to open an opportunity, but no, they're going to miss it, and finally going to follow up.
It does open, it doesn't open, and then it opens up again.
Yes.
So, yeah, Banana Basics able to get the lead here. The push is not over, but it's pretty over.
Yeah, no, it's pretty over at this point. So Banana Basics able to respond with a push of their own, able to get 1+6 in to get that 18-point lead. So that's gonna be effective for now. But I think if Iruka gets an opportunity to push once again, they'll probably get the lead. So if I'm Banana Basics, you just don't let up. You gotta keep pushing and looking for more opportunities.
So everything's pretty much back to neutral. Trizuka coming out from Banana Basics, and that was an excellent takedown by Cryptart onto the Heavy. The Heavy's been kind of perched back there, and knowing that, they were able to go and flank and just take them out.
Yeah, able to do that so effectively, and just look at the control that Banana Basics have. They're starting to let up just a little bit following losing a couple players here. So here's actually Iruka's opportunity to respond. They don't really have many clams to work with right now. So
Robot successfully jumps out.
Yeah, and they're frantically searching for the clams to build up a power clam, but they just can't find the clams to do it right now. So they're just going to continue picking people up until they can finally get this push going. Here it is. That's going to be the first power clam of this push. Gabe going to have 3 clams here. If they can get those in, that'll be the lead. But no, it's going to be another one and done push. But no, actually, Yoshi here able to get 2 more in, but not enough for the lead.
All right, we have a close match, guys, with 1 minute left. It's anybody's game, but currently it's Banana Basics' game, but we'll see what happens in the next minute.
A beautiful pick there from the machine over that ledge, taking out that splash. And Iruka, if they can just get 1 power clam in, that will be the lead in their favor. That Booyah Bomb going to try to help them out to get into the base. But Yoshi not going to be able to get that pick, opting for a trade instead. If they were able to get a clean pick there, I think that really could have tumbled into a push for Iruka.
Crab Tank ready. When's the Crab Tank coming out, though? Crab Tank coming out now. All right. Well, I was nervous if they lost the special from getting taken out, that could have given away so much pressure. But Banana Basics, they have the numbers advantage. They're going to go for. I mean, they don't even have to score, but may as well if you can. And that's going to solidify the lead. They can easily, wrap up the. Not even overtime, but they just win.
So. After a very hard-fought game number 1, Banana Basics coming up with some great defensive stops to hold on to that lead. And even if Iruka got the lead there, what we saw was probably going to be enough to overtake that. So Banana Basics coming out on top, taking the early 1-0 lead in this set. And, I do think these two teams are pretty well matched. I think that Iruka has some great movement, some great teamwork. I mean, I really loved how they were moving that power clam around just so that they could stay undetected and keep the power clam in the most safe positions possible. They really didn't want to lose it. But, now that we're going to be pivoting towards game 2, Splat Zone's Hammerhead Bridge, they're going to have to continue to rely on that teamwork and maybe just be a little bit more cautious of taking risky fights. Your life always is your biggest asset, and I feel like that they have some great teamwork, but they need to work on winning those 1v1s.
I'm gonna want to see another anchor of some kind from Iruka on this next map, though, just because of how the height advantage, the perch allows anchors to be or backlines to be relatively safe. It's a pretty open space in the center. Only thing that really obscures vision is that bump. There are actually quite a few good flank areas on the middle, on the sides. So one thing that I really liked in how Iruka was playing was their movement was incredibly smooth and agile, and I think that can get them the victory if they're able to get picks with these flanks and just if they're able to catch people out from there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. It's especially with Hammerhead, it's having, those good anchors are really pivotal to being successful here. Splat Zones is definitely, I think, one of the more interesting modes here, though. It's like your anchors will still go a long ways, but sometimes it doesn't feel like, as much. I mean, if you have an E-leader is just always good.
It's a really long map, though, so if one of the teams is able to get 3 down or 4 down, that should solidify, like, that they're able to push up and get such advantage here. But so I think both teams are going to have to focus on making sure that they can keep the numbers up. Oh. Well, end of the battle. Let's do that again.
Thank you, Nintendo, first of all, for implementing this feature, so we don't have to twiddle our thumbs in the zone as we wait for one team to go through 100 seconds of knocking out. So we can very easily now get this map restarted.
Booyah parties are a lot of fun, though.
Oh yeah.
In solo queue, it's fun when you see that. This is definitely a hit reset. It can be fun, but well, what were we saying about Splat Zones? You were saying that E-leader would be good. Maybe the anchors they are nice to have, but maybe not have the strongest impact here.
I feel like that they are a little bit more effective on other modes. But I mean, it's Hammerhead, and backlines are just typically good. I did see the X-Splosh coming out there as well. X-Splosh, I like the pick. If you're confident in what the other team's gonna be bringing out, if there's not gonna be chargers to have to deal with, then the X-Blow is a fantastic pick for inking purposes. It's going to help to establish a lot of paint control in mid from a relatively safe distance. All right, so these teams, so we do have the players back in the lobby. So they should be pretty quick to ready up here. And for real now, we will be diving into game number 2, Splat Zones on Hammerhead Bridge.
All right. Okay. So I didn't take a peek at the weapons beforehand, but okay. Oh yeah.
There's that E-leader. So X-Blow might have a bit of a tricky time here because that E-leader.
X-Blow can stay pretty safe behind and just arc the shots over the bump in the center. Oh, is there a...
Nah, it looks like there's just a little bit slow out of the gate here on the side of Banana Basics. Early control here, definitely going to be going Iruka's way.
Well, they haven't claimed the zone yet, actually.
They haven't claimed the zone, okay. but they're playing like they have control of the zone. And that's the key thing here. Able to get a couple of crucial picks early on and just look at how far up they are already playing.
Yeah, okay. So, and then, once they're able to get that advantage, they're able to just move forward. They're even able to take out this crab tank here, so...
This is tumbling really fast right now. This is tumbling so fast. This is an avalanche at this point.
Okay. All right. So control is definitely it's a very blue map right now.
Oh, it is a very, very blue map. Iruka 25 points away from a knockout in this opening minute and a half, and it looks like they'll get it because there's just no response from Banana Basics at this point to get back into the zone, and they will go ahead and tie this set up one game apiece.
All right. Yeah, lots of booyahs coming out from Iruka there as they claim that knockout. Okay.
Yeah, so tied set now. I mean, Totrobot, we've had every set so far in round 4, 5, and now round 6 have a decisive game 3 for the teams at hand.
Okay. All right. Familiar message. I mean that checks out. Okay. All right. So
Well, I guess this is slightly awkward for these teams. So apparently that wasn't a one and done issue for the lagging incident and the disconnect from before. It definitely seems like that Banana Basics is continuing to experience a couple of issues there. So, well, signature. Thanks, Nintendo. So we'll have to go ahead and get that lobby fixed up for us. But Iruka did take game 2 there. So that part, I believe, should be said and done there. So as far as I'm aware, we should be pivoting over to game 3, especially since that was played out, but we'll wait for a TO call to be certain.
So in the meantime,
but that's how I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, in the meantime, let's catch up. I haven't really chatted with you much about Splat 3. Like, what weapons have you been liking?
It's people know me as the tri-slosher main at this point, so I'm definitely still sticking with that. And we've seen a couple of players come out here with the tri-slosher so far. I know it's hasn't been quite the it hasn't quite received the love that it has in Splatoon 2, and for good reason. Having that Mist and Inkjet is definitely a weird combination. So it's definitely hasn't been a popular pick so far. I think with future kits, that can definitely change. But yeah. So definitely same thing there.
Yeah, and then I'm someone who I love my NZAP, and so I I was playing with some friends, and I was sharing the screenshots of the weapon stats, and I showed them my stats for October, and it was 100% NZAP, and they're like, "This is the first time I've seen a full circle."
I don't blame you, though.
Yeah. Also, as you were saying, though, I don't feel like it's getting as much love as in Splatoon 2, for good reason. I was playing NZAP before it was cool. How about the new weapons? Have you tried out the stringers or the Splatanas much?
The Splatanas have been pretty interesting. You don't really see them a whole lot in competitive play. I do see I do see it come up from time to time, but it's definitely, I think, something that people are still trying to refine and work on. It's a bit of a tricky weapon to use. I think it's a pretty high skill ceiling, in my opinion. The bows, on the other hand, Tri-Stringer and Reflux, I think have started to find their way into specific competitive settings. As the Tri-Stringer has been an interesting backline alternative for various Charger and Splatling players. I think it's still kind of the third choice there. But Reflux, on the other hand, bringing out our good friend the Missiles.
For a team that I've been coaching, I was suggesting actually using Reflux as more of a supportive weapon. Well, partly for the missiles, but I feel like in Splatoon 3, forcing enemies to reposition is a very good way to play support. And missiles do that pretty safely, but it's not. It doesn't splat quickly enough. It does ink pretty well, so I have a hard time thinking that it's a solid replacement for a Splatling or a Charger, but people. I think I agree. People are finding it's niche now.
Most certainly. But we still see a lot of the more familiar weapons from Splatoon 2 that have revamped kits and stuff that I think have really established this early meta. It's not uncommon to see teams bringing out stuff like a double splash or a double splatter shot. E-Leader is almost a staple for every team, unless you really just don't have a player that uses Charger at all. So in that case, the Splatling can do the trick, but you have to be very, very careful. So and that's what we've seen so far in this set as well. That Expo came out in that last game, but with an E-Leader on the other side there, it definitely makes it more difficult.
So I think we are getting all the players in the lobby now, and so let's talk about this third map, Tower Control and Undertow Spillway. This is one where I've been having a great time on this particular map mode combo. It is pretty chaotic, but it's I think you were talking about Wahoo World, or not Wahoo World, on Museum del Foncino Tower Control earlier, where sort of the first checkpoint is, well, it's very, very, very short from center.
Very short, yeah.
but once you're able to clear that, I think once you're it's the main conflict is between checkpoints 1 and 2, I think, for both sides. But once a team is able to get control of checkpoint 2, I feel like there's the momentum to carry them all the way through to knockout. What do we think? How do we think that this plays into the two comps here?
That's a good question. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see, the Explo Try coming out here. The Splat Charger Flingza. So definitely gotta keep an eye on that Flingza for sure. That's gonna the missile's gonna be so crucial. And then the Ink Vac as well, I think does a really good job of playing with the tower, especially here for Undertow Spillway, especially as you start to approach between that second and third checkpoint. You get really close to the enemy ledge, and you know that the enemy team's going to be trying to dive onto that tower, but that Ink Vac can undo a lot of that work and help extend that push a little bit more.
So we have Banana Basics on yellow this time, clearing checkpoint 1.
Yes, the color that they were always meant to be. This is a bloodbath to start out in the opening minute, and the Banana Basics clear that first checkpoint already at that second one.
Home court advantage, with the court being the paint color. the comfort pick, the yellow ink. The Explosher here is doing a lot of work. There's a lot of nice areas to hide behind, but you can't hide because the Explosher is just able to get around it. They're able to just get the control and keep it. Wow, there's so much going on here. Trizuka getting more picks. They're very quickly able to clear the checkpoints, and that's 100-0 knockout.
They did not like how that game 2 played out. They said, we were experiencing a little bit of connection issues. We got quickly knocked out. We did like that. So let's just go ahead and finish this one up. We're not playing anymore. And I mean, that was a very quick game.
All right. So that was, incredibly quick. Banana Basics takes the set 2-1, and that goes ahead and wraps up round 6, the last round of the day.
Yeah, it does. Banana Basics now going to be moving up to 5-1, so that'll most certainly put them in that top 32. Iruka, 4-2, a little bit in limbo for now. They could still make that top 32, especially because they started the day so strong. But we will just have to see.
So thanks everyone for watching and tuning in for day 1 of Low Ink. Come back tomorrow and watch day 2. But before we head out, we have a couple of announcements.
Yes. So first, we've got Stormbreak on the horizon here. Molaway Institute of Technology's first ever major Stormbreak has just been unveiled with a shocking $1,000 starting prize pool. Don't miss an opportunity to strike on December 17th and 18th at 5 p.m. UTC. Join the Discord server, discord.io/MolawayIT, and grab the Stormbreak roll for more information.
All right, and then one more thing is IPL's Oceania tournament is back after a 1-year hiatus. Reef Rushdown 13 Coral Comeback is happening on Saturday, December 10th at 5 p.m. AEDT or 7 a.m. CET, 1 a.m. EST. Registration's open now. This tournament's going to be happening on a monthly basis with a format aimed towards all skill levels. If you're from Oceania and are looking for a tournament to play, give Reef Rushdown a try.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see Reef Rushdown come back. I know it's definitely been missed by the community. So a couple of fantastic tournaments on the horizon, but this tournament, Low Ink, is not quite over yet. It's over for today, but there is still a whole day to tomorrow. So be sure to come back and watch the top 32 fight it out to become the next Low Ink champion. I think that's going to do it for us today, Totorobot. Where can the people of our chat find you? I'm
usually on Twitter with at TotorobotZap. And then how about yourself?
You can go ahead and find me on Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch at TritonDRF. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you all so much for watching day 1 of Low Ink. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to see who wins this tournament. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right. Bye, everyone.